Hare Krishna devotees, thank you for coming today. So we have great fortune to have His Grace Hariparshad Prabhu here. So Harihar, many of you might know, but just in case some of you are new, I just wanted to introduce. So Hariparshad Prabhu is a very Hariparshad Prabhu is an amazing devotee, very mature and balanced devotee. Yeah. Very much mature and balanced devotee, and with lot of shastric knowledge, with deep knowledge that we can apply in every situation of life for every person, time, place, based on time, place, circumstance. And Haripashat Prabhu is also is a disciple of His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj, and he's also part of the GBC Shastric Advisory Council, and is also associate editor, I think, for Krishna Kadamrita Bindu magazine. Gopalji Publications, yeah. So he's associate editor for Gopalji Publications. They also send out a fortnightly magazine on Ekadasi Day called Krishna Kadamrita Bindu. Prabhuji is well known for his amazing classes that are founded on Shastra basis. Not one thing I am amazed with Prabhuji always is whatever he speaks, he can quote a Shastra, direct reference to that, and he can bring it up in few seconds, not even few minutes. Or let me send the reference to you later on. No, he has it ready. That is really amazing. So, and not only that, he has practical wisdom and practical application of the principles for all of us. So, and is a mine of knowledge for progressing in bhakti, how to practice bhakti properly and maturely, so that we can grow in bhakti nicely. So please pay attention to what the Prabhuji has to share. And Prabhuji is amazing also in answering questions. So please don't feel shy. Even if you ask the questions for 100 speakers before, it is not clear yet in your head, please ask Prabhuji. So it will be 100% clear now. Thank you, Prabhuji, for coming. Answer. Thank you for coming, Prabhuji, and giving us your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Smaranam Prabhu, for kindly introducing me. Thank you, all of you, dear devotees, for kindly being present here today. I'm very happy to be present amongst all of you, and very grateful to be invited here to ISKCON of Baltimore. I'm thankful to Vrinda Mataji for kindly organizing the programs, and uh, Vishnu Priya Mataji, Jagdish Mahaprabhu Prabhu for kindly hosting me at their place. Dear devotees, I'll begin with Jai Radha Madhav, then I'll start the program. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यामुनतीरावनचारे यामुनतीरावनचारे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय गुरुदेव शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for kindly being present here today. I'm so happy to be amongst all of you. I'm very thankful that all of you have kindly assembled here to give your most valuable time in order to hear what I have to say. Dear devotees, before I begin speaking on this very important and relevant topic of the fundamentals of Shri Krishna Smaranam, Smaranam is an activity which is often very difficult to understand, difficult to practice, because often, dear devotees, other limbs of bhakti appear to be easier to practice as compared to Smaranam. But Smaranam is also actually the crux of the entire process, because we call our society International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and the consciousness has one function. What is that function, dear devotees? Smaranam. So it is very fundamentally connected to the very name of the society. The purpose of the society is to always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. But dear devotees, before I begin speaking on this very important topic, I'd like to offer Mangalacharan, auspicious invocations. Most of us know these verses. You can kindly sing along with me. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले सोऽयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की साई गौर प्रेमानंदे। Thank you. Thank you once again, dear devotees, for kindly being present here today. I'm very happy. This is a very relevant and important topic for almost all of us in our spiritual lives, because Smaranam is the crux of so many of our devotional practices. As I said, the society is named after Smaranam, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada could have named the society in any other way, but he named the society after one limb of bhakti. And which limb of bhakti is that, dear devotees? Smaranam. So it is very important to have a proper conception of Smaranam, and this conception of Smaranam is given by our previous acharyas and also by Srila Prabhupada. I'll begin with a quote from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada says something in the purport to Chaitanya Charitamritam Madhya Leela 22.113. Prabhupada says something. Prabhu, can you kindly read what Srila Prabhupada says?
There are many regulative principles in the Shastras and directions given by the spiritual master. These regulative principles should act as servants of the basic principle, that is, one should always remember Krishna and never forget him.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So once again, Prabhu, can you read? Yes.
There are many regulative principles in the Shastras and directions given by the spiritual master. These regulative principles should act as servants of the basic principle, that is, one should always remember Krishna and never forget him.
Dear devotees, this is the most essential principle of the entire path of Krishna Bhakti. One should always remember Krishna and one should never forget him. So, dear devotees, it is so important, dear devotees, that the entire sampradaya is always aiming to have good smaran. All the acharyas have aimed to have good smaran. Dear devotees, the term smaran is derived from the Sanskrit verbal root. Please repeat after me. Smra adhyane. So smra is the verbal root from where adhyane. Smaran means to remember, to recollect, or to think about something. It also means to reminisce. There is a difference between remembering something and reminiscing something. Does anybody know what is the difference between remembering something and reminiscing something? Yes. Relishing something. Okay. Wonderful. Similar thing, Prabhu? Yeah.
Connected to some emotion.
Yeah. So Smaran also refers to reminiscence. And reminiscence happens of those events to whom we have some bhav, some emotion or some rasa, some pleasurable feeling attached. So that is what Smaran also actually means. Whenever we hear of Smaran, obviously sometimes I have heard that there are always a few doubts which are there related to Smaranam. Dear devotees, first is what is the Yoga Dharma? Please tell me. Kirtanam or Smaranam? Kirtanam. All right. So there is no separate need for Smaranam because you have the Yoga Dharma already. What is the Yoga Dharma, dear devotees? Kirtanam. So how many are in favor of Kirtanam? Please raise your hands. Arey wow, all of you. So my aim is to try to change everyone, dear devotees, by the end of the presentation. All right. I'll try my best. Another is Smaran is only for those who are very, very advanced. For those who are not advanced, they should not perform any Smaran. This is another doubt, dear devotees. Some of us might have come across these statements or these doubts. And third, dear devotees, is you need to have purification of heart for Smaran. And this purification happens only after many, many decades of performing what? Kirtan or Japa. So many such possibilities arise within the mind and these keep us away from Smaranam. Sri Rupa Goswami has said something about Smaranam and he has said it is the most fundamental instruction of all the teachings. This is what Sri Rupa Goswami says. Please repeat after me. Smartavyah satatam Vishnur Vismartavyo na jatu ched Sarve vidhi nishedhasyur Etayorev kinkaraah. Smartavyah. Smartavyah is worthy of remembering. Somebody is worthy of remembering satatam, always. Who is always worthy of remembrance, dear devotees? Vishnu. Krishna should always be remembered. Vismartavyo na jatuchit. And Krishna should never be forgotten. Jatuchit means kadachit, at any point of time. There is one rule given, one positive rule, one negative regulation. The positive rule, dear devotees, is Krishna should always be remembered. Negative is Krishna should never be forgotten. Sarve vidhi nishedha. All positive rules and all negative regulations are kinkaraha, are servants of this one positive rule and this one negative regulation. What is the one positive rule, dear devotees? Always remember Krishna. What is that one negative regulation? Never forget Krishna. So all positive rules that you have are servants of this one positive rule. And all the negative regulations that you have are the servants of this one negative regulation. Here is the translation, Prabhu. Can you kindly read?
Vishnu should always be remembered favorably and to never be forgotten. All of the rules and regulations are servants of these two essential principles.
Dear devotees, wouldn't it be enough if Sri Rupa Goswami would have just said, Smartavyaha satatam Vishnur. That's it. Always remember Krishna. What is the need of separately saying, never forget Krishna? Yes. To emphasize, okay. To emphasize, we could have said, Smartavyaha satatam Vishnur, Smartavyaha satatam Vishnur. You know, you can just like Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. To emphasize, we speak the same thing thrice. But he didn't speak the same thing twice. He spoke the same thing in a positive manner and in a negative manner. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. Isn't it enough just to say, always remember Krishna?
Like a couple of ways. One is whenever we're striving towards a goal, we are cautioned sometimes not to get distracted.
Okay.
Similarly, when you're giving positive rules to remember Krishna, be careful not to make offenses, for example, so that we don't forget Krishna like that.
Okay. Okay, we are getting closer. Mataji, yes?
Remember Krishna, we try to remember Krishna with devotion.
Okay. Dear devotees, Sri Jiva Goswami explains in the commentary. When Sri Rupa Goswami was writing the verse, somebody was fanning him. Who was fanning him? Sri Jiva Goswami was fanning him. He asked the doubt on the spot. Why the same injunction in a positive manner and in a negative manner? Sri Rupa Goswami replied, and I'll explain the same with a very simple example. Let's say the children coming to a school, and then annual day is coming up. It's a very important day for the entire year. The teacher says, tomorrow everyone should remain present, tomorrow nobody should remain absent. So the students will say, you might have just said, could have just said, tomorrow everyone should remain present. Why did you separately say, tomorrow nobody should remain absent? The implication is that tomorrow everyone should remain present. Those who remain present will get some favorable reward, maybe some extra marks. Tomorrow nobody should remain absent. If anybody remains absent, then there will be negative consequences. So always remember Krishna, because remembrance of Krishna will bring about all positive aspects of bhakti. Never forget Krishna, because forgetting Krishna may bring about negativities in all aspects of life. Therefore, this is the reason why Sri Rupa Goswami said, always remember, never forget. What is the meaning of satatam, dear devotees, in the verse? Constantly. How many of us can constantly remember Bhagavan? No? Then we can't follow the verse. Sorry, Sri Rupa Goswami, we can't follow your verse. We could not follow your instruction. Did Sri Rupa Goswami give an instruction which nobody can follow? So how do we understand the instruction? Okay. Okay. Huh? By practice. Okay. Dear devotees, commenting upon this verse, Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains. Please repeat after me. Satatam prati aham na tu pratikshanam. Satatam means at least once every day. Does not literally mean every moment. So what does satatam means, dear devotees? At least, not at most, dear devotees, at least. How many times every day? Once every day. So at least once every day is satatam. So now how many of us are fulfilling this injunction? Please, wonderful, oh wonderful. So all of you, welcome to the instruction of Sri Rupa Goswami. You all have followed. All of you are remembering. But minimum once a day is okay, but we want to also advance and follow the injunction by having 24-hour remembrance, dear devotees. Therefore, dear devotees, the Acharya specify that Smaran is not only for the most advanced devotees, even the newcomer should perform Smaranam. Even a person who is new on the path should perform some daily Smaranam as a part of their Vaidhi Bhakti. What is Vaidhi Bhakti based on, dear devotees? Following rules and regulations. These rules and regulations come from one source. From which source do the rules and regulations come? Shastra. So dear devotees, in Shastra it is given for a Vaidhi Bhakta, for a devotee who is practicing regulated devotional service, there is something given for them that they should perform each and every day. Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, they specify very clearly in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. Please repeat after me. Brahme Muhurta Utthaya Krishna Krishneti Kirtayan Adhechan Paramam Shuddhim Murdhni Dhyatva Guruh Padau Stutva Cha Kirtayan Krishnam Smaram Shai Tadudirayet. Brahme Muhurta Utthaya. Having woken up in which Muhurta, dear devotees? Brahma Muhurta. First thing, dear devotees, is not to take a bath, dear devotees. First thing, dear devotees, Krishna Krishna iti kirtayan. First thing in the morning, we should perform what? Krishna Krishna iti kirtayan. So early morning, dear devotees, there's a very nice kirtan which one should perform immediately after getting up from the bed, even before one has brushed their teeth. You can perform one kirtan. You might have heard this kirtan. You can sing along with me. Krishna 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 He Krishna 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 He Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahi Mam Ram Raghav Ram Raghav Ram Raghav Raksha Mam. Dear devotees, this is early morning kirtan. Do you need to brush your teeth in order to perform this kirtan? No. Do you need to have taken a bath to perform this kirtan? No. Atha icchan paramam shuddhim. Now, if you desire even further purification, Murdhni dhyatva guroh padau. The Hari Bhakti Vilas says, on your head, meditate upon the Guru's feet placed upon your head, dear devotees. And then, stutva cha kirtayan Krishnam, having glorified Krishna, smarams cha etad, and having remembered Krishna, performed smaran of Krishna, dear devotees. Early morning smaran of Krishna. Etad udirayet. One should chant specific verses while remembering Shri Krishna. Here is what the Hari Bhakti Vilas says. Please read, Prabhu, what it says.
After waking in Brahma Muhurta and performing kirtanam of Krishna Nama, then desiring the highest purification, one should meditate on the two feet of Guru placed on one's head. Then after glorifying Krishna, one should perform smarana, remembrance of Krishna, and then utter the following verse.
Dear devotees, while performing smaran of Krishna, one should utter a certain verse. See, this is Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti means Shastra is going to tell you exactly what you are supposed to do. Spoon feeding till the last limit. Raga Bhakti is something different. Is when you have more spontaneity, genuine attachment to Bhagwan. So you don't need Shastra to tell you. You automatically wake up in Brahma Muhurta. Vaidhi Bhakti is when the alarm clock wakes you up. Dear devotees, most likely you can say that. Rag Bhakti is when you wake up much before the alarm clock because you are very enthused for your relationship with Shri Krishna. Many of us, especially when we have to board a flight the next day, sometimes we don't sleep at night. How many of you have had that experience? Yeah, dear devotees. Why did we not sleep at night? Please tell me. Last minute. That's okay, huh? Last minute packing, okay. Nobody wants to miss the flight. If I end up waking at that time, I don't want to end up with that horror that the flight was at 6 o'clock and I woke up at 6:15. Dear devotees, excitement, wonderful. So that, dear devotees, is more spontaneous. So let the alarm clock chase you. Don't chase the alarm clock, dear devotees. But that only happens not in Vaidhi Bhakti. That happens in the other type of Bhakti. Which Bhakti does it happen? Raganuga Bhakti. But right now, most individuals are not on the platform of Raganuga Bhakti. They are on the platform of Vaidhi Bhakti. So Shastra needs to tell them exactly what to do. Early morning, wake up and chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Hai. And then think of the Guru's lotus feet on your head and then immediately chant this verse and remember Shri Krishna. And what verse? The Hari Bhakti Vilas recommends. Dear devotees, this verse is in the meter Malini. It is at the end of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It summarizes all Shri Krishna Leela. Some of you might have seen this verse. I will sing this verse by breaking it into two parts. Please repeat after me. Jayati Janani Vaso Devaki Janmavado Yaduvar Parishad Swai Durbhirasyan Dharmam Sthirachara Vrajinagna Susmita Shri Mukhena Vrajapura Vanitana Vardhayan Kamadevam. So this summarizes all the pastimes of Shri Krishna in a single verse. This verse is from the final chapter, chapter number 90 of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse we are supposed to utter in the morning and perform smaran of this verse. Dear devotees, this Smaran is part of which bhakti? Vaidhi bhakti or Raganuga bhakti? Vaidhi bhakti. So a new devotee is also expected to perform some daily Smaran. So sometimes there is the misconception that Smaran happens after decades, or Smaran should happen automatically as a result of Kirtan. Of course, it should happen automatically as a result of Kirtan, but it is also prescribed in Shastra that we should also have regulated Smaran. This is what the Hari Bhakti Vilas specifies. Jayati Jananivaso. He is all victorious. He is Jananivas. What is the meaning of Jananivas? Anybody knows what is Jananivas? Janeshu Nivaso Yasya. In everybody's heart, he is living. So in all the living entities' heart, he is residing. Therefore, he is called as what? Jana Nivas. Jayati Jana Nivaso. He is all victorious. That Lord who is situated in everybody's heart, but specifically Devaki Janmavado. Nowadays, there is a rumor that he took birth from whom? Dear devotees, Devaki. Although he is situated in everybody's heart, there is a rumor spreading around that he took birth from whom? Devaki. Vad means some rumor is spreading, or it is popularly known that although he is in everybody's heart, he also took birth from Devaki's. Yaduvara Parishad. So he is Yaduvara Parishad. The Yaduvara, Vara means great. The great Yadus are his Parishad. What is Parishad, dear devotees? They are his associates. So the great Yadus are his associates, and Swair Dorbhir, with his two arms, Asyan Adharmam, he has completely suppressed Adharma. Sthirachara Vrijinagna. Vrijina is sinful activities. Gnaha means he destroys. Of Sthira and Chara, of moving and non-moving entities. So he destroys all the sinful reactions of the non-moving and moving entities. How? Susmita Shri Mukhena, simply by his smile on the face, and especially in Shri Vrindavan, Vrajapura Vanitanam, for all the wonderful ladies of Shri Vrindavan, Vardhayan, he is constantly increasing Kama Devam, amorous romantic desires in their heart. This is the early morning meditation that one needs to perform. You begin with Dwaraka, dear devotees, gradually you come to Vrindavan. I hope you are able to understand. This is how the verse progresses. Please read the translation, Prabhu.
That Sri Krishna, who is the indwelling super soul and exclusive refuge of all individuals, who is unborn yet renowned as being born from Devaki, who has the mighty Yadus as his eternal associates, who vanquishes all irreligiosity by the might of his own arms, who causelessly destroys all the distress of the moving and non-moving entities, and who increases loving desires of the damsels of Raja by his beautiful smiling face, reigns supreme.
So this is the meditation that all of us are supposed to have early morning. This is on the path of which bhakti, dear devotees? Vaidhi bhakti. So a new devotee should also perform such smaran. Shastra says you must perform such smaran. Now, dear devotees, does Srila Prabhupada also say that you should perform such smaran? Yes, I will show all the pramanas from Srila Prabhupada also in the next part of the presentation. You have to come for the next part, all right? I'm giving a cliffhanger here. If you want to hear all of this also exactly from Srila Prabhupada, please come for the second part of the presentation, because I'll be diving further into what Srila Prabhupada said. Dear devotees, therefore, it is very important to understand. Sometimes an argument is given that you need to have a very clear heart, clear consciousness in order to perform smaran. How many of us have heard this argument that you need to be very pure, pakka, in order to perform smaran? Please raise your hands. How many of us have heard this argument? And this takes us slightly away from smaranam, because right now, do we feel we have a pure heart? No. So can we perform smaran? Yes? No, but Smaran requires a pure heart. See here what Sri Jiva Goswami says. Please repeat after me. Nama Smaranam Tu Shuddha Antah Karanatam Apekshate. See what Sri Jiva Goswami says. Prabhu, kindly read.
Smarana,
Oh.
Smarana of Nama expects purity of consciousness.
Yeah, Smaran of Naam expects purity of consciousness. But does Kirtan expect purity of consciousness? So which is the highest limb? Bolo? Kirtan or Smaran? How many in favor of Kirtan? Please, let's have a show of hands. How many in favor Kirtan? ठीक है, तो it must be Kirtan. All right? Huh? So let's end here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ठीक है? Now, dear devotees, it's very important to understand. Smaranam expects purity of consciousness. Therefore, many don't venture ahead into Smaranam because they think first we'll perform Kirtanam, and one day, after decades of Kirtan, one fine day I will feel today I am pure in consciousness. Today I can begin my Smaran, isn't it? That day will come, right, Prabhu? Yes. All right. Well, I tried for a long time, but after some time, my heart again says, it's not happening. You know? So, dear devotees, it's not like that. Purification is immediate. All right? Purification is immediate. It's not that you have to wait for decades. Sri Sanatan Goswami says in the commentary to Hari Bhakti Vilas, Purvam Krishna Krishna iti tan namocharanam eva. First we recited which names, dear devotees? Krishna Krishna. Adhuna tu. Now, immediately after Krishna Krishna, Shuddhi Anantaram. Immediately you have gotten what, dear devotees? Shuddhi. What is Shuddhi? Purification. As soon as you chanted Krishna Krishna, immediately there was what? Shuddhi. Shuddhi is purification. Anantaram, then Shri Bhagavat Adi Shlokadi Pathena Rupa Leeladi Vishesha Kirtanam. So then you can perform Vishesh Kirtan. Just like I showed you the verse from 10th canto, it was Vishesh Kirtan. First we performed Samanya Kirtan. Samanya Kirtan is Krishna, 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 Krishna. Then we performed Vishesha Kirtan. Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janmavado. Tad udiranam eva tat kirtana smaranatmakam. And as you are reciting the verse, you can perform, along with your recitation, you can also perform what, dear devotees? Smaranam. Don't have to wait for many decades. Kirtan immediately gives purification. I hope you are able to understand. Huh? It's like thinking, early morning waking up thinking, dear devotees, I will eat only when my mouth is completely fresh. But every morning mouth becomes dirty. I hope you are able to understand. So does it mean that I'll stop eating? No. The first thing in the morning is to brush your teeth. Immediately after brushing your teeth, the mouth is fresh. I hope you are able to understand. Next morning it may again become dirty. But next morning you again brush your teeth. I hope you are understanding. So every morning you should perform something. What should we perform first, dear devotees? Kirtan. Kirtan immediately brings purification, and then you can immediately perform Smaranam. So that is the injunction of the previous Acharyas. Please read the translation.
Initially, one should utter the names Krishna, Krishna. Then after having attained purification, one should specifically perform Kirtana of the form, pastimes, etc. by reciting important verses from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Reciting these names, forms, qualities, pastimes, etc. itself is Kirtana as well as Smarana.
So dear devotees, please tell me, can Smaran be performed by a new devotee? But Smaran expects purity of consciousness, and purity takes many decades, isn't it? Oh, so how do you attain purity of consciousness? Wonderful. Early morning kirtan, your consciousness is pure. Immediately you can engage in some basic level of Smaranam. Basic Smaranam, dear devotees. Not very advanced, but basic Smaranam has been given. This is part of Vaidhi Bhakti. And Vaidhi Bhakti can allow you to engage in this basic Smaranam every single day. Early morning therefore, kirtan, dear devotees, your consciousness is pure. Sri Jiva Goswami says you can begin your Smaranam on this level. Gradually your Smaran can progress, and Smaran progresses in 5 stages. Alright, I will give the 5 stages of progress of Smaran. Please repeat after me. Yat kinchid anusandhanam Smaranam. What you saw was just level 1, where you are remembering that verse Jayati Jananivaso. Basic remembrance is coming. Sri Jiva Goswami says in the Bhakti Sandarbha, Yat Kinchid Anusandhanam. Whatever you can easily remember while sitting at one place about Krishna is level 1. And level 1, I've highlighted the name in red. What is the name of level 1, dear devotees? Smaranam. Alright, Smaranam is the name of level 1 remembrance. Dear devotees, please tell me which pastime of Bhagavan can you very easily remember while sitting casually without putting any strain on your mind? Damodar Leela. Wonderful. Dear devotees, most of the times I ask this question, devotees reply with which Leela? Damodar Leela. Can anybody tell me why most devotees reply with Damodar Leela? Huh? Every year we are practiced so nicely in it, dear devotees, huh? That now the easiest Leela to remember has become which Leela? Damodar. Other Leelas are still little difficult for us. If I say Vatsasur Leela, oh, we don't remember. Huh? Somebody may say, who's Vatsasur? You know? So, dear devotees, it's some Leelas are difficult because we have not practiced. And Smaran is a cultivation, it is a practice, dear devotees. Therefore, Yat Kinchid Anusandhanam Smaranam, whatever you can very easily remember, you can perform that, even if that meditation breaks from time to time, but you can perform that. If you are able to do that, congratulations, you have attained level 1. What is the name of level 1, dear devotees? Smaranam. Gradually, you start putting more effort from your side. Gradually, a day will come when you will feel that I should do more, then you go to the level, the second level. Please repeat after me. Sarvatash Chittamakrishya Samanyakarena Manodharanam Dharana Sarvatas Chittam Akrishya. Now, in the next level, your effort begins. Pull your consciousness from all directions. And Samanya Karana Manodharanam. And in a general way, remember something about Bhagavan in a completely focused manner. If you are able to do this, congratulations, you have attained the second stage. What is the name of the second stage, dear devotees? Dharana. Gradually, dharana intensifies, because then you start having preferences. I like this particular form of Bhagwan. I like this particular pastime of Bhagwan. I like this particular associate of Bhagwan. And then you can do the same on level 3. Please repeat after me. Visheshato Rupadi Vichintanam Dhyanam. Visheshato Rupadi Vichintanam. Gradually you will think, I only wish to specifically think of this form, these pastimes. Now when you have choices, many of us don't even have choices. That, we are asked which Leela, any Leela is okay, Prabhu, So that is, who is Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Achha, anything else besides him? Nah, that's it. So, any specific Leela? Yes, now I have some specifics, I have some preferences. So, Visheshato Rupadi Vichintanam. And if you are able to do it in a very concentrated manner, congratulations, you have attained the third level. What is the third level, dear devotees? Dhyan. Gradually, Dhyan intensifies so much, it is so organic, it is so natural. Anywhere you are walking, you are free, you are thinking of something, gradually it starts coming back to you. And then you don't have to put much effort, it starts flowing within your mind, dear devotees. You will attain level 4. Please repeat after me. Amrita Dharava Avichinnam Tadhruvanusmriti. Amrita Dharavat, like a constant stream of nectarian honey. Have you seen honey fall? It falls constantly, dear devotees. So, like a constant stream of nectarian honey, when that remembrance remains constant, you have attained level 4. And what is the name of level 4, dear devotees? Dhruva Anusmriti. Dhruva means fixed, Anu is repeated, Smriti is Smaran. Fixed and repeated Smaran happens. Finally, it boils to the final point where only Krishna and his associates remain within the mind, nothing else remains in the mind. Please repeat. Dhyaya Matra Spuranam Samadhiriti. Dhyaya Matra Spuranam Samadhiriti. When only The object of meditation remains in the mind, Sri Krishna and his immediate associates. You have attained the final stage of Smaran, and what is that, dear devotees? Samadhi. All of this has been specified by Sri Jiva Goswami in Bhakti Sandarbha. Dear devotees, Sri Krishna has said, Antakale cha mameva smaran. The condition of death has been placed on kirtan or smaran? Smaran. Antakale cha mameva smaran. Dear devotees, which level of smaran is Krishna expecting? Level 1 or level 5? Yeah, because some of us are thinking, at the moment of death, somebody will casually place a photograph of Krishna in front of me. I will look at that photograph of Krishna, and in one part of my mind will be in Krishna, another part of my mind will be the Tesla car which I could not buy in my life, and then I will give up my body, and I will go back home, back to Godhead. Isn't it, dear devotees? Will it happen on level 1 or will it happen on level 5? Level 5. And what is the praman? Bhakti Sandarbha gives all 5 levels. That is, it is very liberal. It gives all 5 levels. Krishna is expecting 1 level. Antakalecha mam eva. Eva. Only me. It is right there in the verse. And only Krishna is on which level of Smaran, dear devotees? Level 1 or level 5? Level 5. Dheya matra spuranam. Only when the object of remembrance is there in the mind, nobody else. That is called Samadhi. So it's not easy to attain Krishna's abode by the method of remembrance at the moment of death. Imagine the condition. Most devotees, when asked, they say our favorite Leela is Damodar Leela. This is because the most practiced Leela is which Leela? Damodar Leela. And dear devotees, imagine at the moment of death if Damodar Leela doesn't come in front of our mind. And what will happen? There's a good chance of getting recycled in the material world. Krishna, I did all my kirtan and I was chanting 16 rounds, 16 plus 4 multiplied by 50 years. Krishna, we had a contract, No, there was no contract. Dear devotees, therefore, it's very important to understand that Smaran should be done, we should achieve the level of Samadhi. Dear devotees, therefore, it is specified that amongst all limbs of Bhakti, which limb is the best one, dear devotees? How many of you agree? See, some are still not raising their hands. Okay, no problem, I told you, by the end of the presentation, my aim is to bring all of you on my side. The devotees, in the Brihad Bhagavatamritam, the great sage Pippalayan says to Gopakumar, he says something. Gopakumar travels from planet to planet. He reaches Tapahalok. In Tapahalok, there is Pippalayan Muni. Pippalayan Muni says something to Gopakumar. Here is what he says. Please repeat after me. Bhaktau navavidhayam cha mukhyam smaranameva hi tad samagrendriya shrestha manovritti samarpanam. Bhaktau navavidhayam. Bhakti is of how many types, dear devotees? 9. Navavidha bhakti. Mukhyam, but the main one is what? Smaranam evahi. So how many of us agree now? Smaran is the best. Please raise your hands. Oh wow, you don't agree, Prabhu? Oh, still confused. Okay, no problem, Prabhu. Tat samagra indriya shrestha. Samagra indriya, all senses. Shrestha, which is the highest sense organ in the body. Mind. Mano vritti samarpanam. All the activities of the mind are offered in Smaranam. In Kirtanam, there is no guarantee that the mind will be offered. But in Smaranam, there is a guarantee that something will be offered to Bhagwan. And what will be offered to Bhagwan? Mind. And what is Bhakti? Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam. Serving Bhagwan through the senses. And which is the best sense organ? Mind. And we offer the mind in which process, dear devotees? Smaranam. It may not happen in Kirtanam. So which is the best process amongst the 9 dear devotees? Smaranam. Prabhu, please read the translation.
Of the 9 kinds of devotional service, Smarana, remembrance, is the chief. It is an offering of the activity of the mind, the most important of all the senses.
So everybody agrees? Is there still somebody who thinks Kirtan is the best? Yeah. Okay. Just, I have a hunch that Kirtan is the best. Please raise your hands. Yes. Okay. There are still 2 or 3 devotees. Okay. Yeah. Of course, Jaidev Prabhu will. How can you give up your constitutional position, isn't it? It is. Okay, Jaidev Prabhu, for you another verse, all right? In the same Brihad Bhagavatamrita, later, the Vishnu Dutas will say to Gopakumar, what is best, dear devotees? Kirtanam. Now, before I show the verse, how many of you agree that Kirtanam is the best? Please raise your hands. Oh. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Wonderful. We already have a divided audience here. So my aim of having the presentation is done, but Kirtanam is the best. The Vishnu Dutas later say to Gopakumar, Manyamahe Kirtanameva Sattamam Lolatmakaikasvahridhi Spurat Smrite Hridhi Spurat Vachi Swayukte Manasi Shrutau Tatha Divyat Paranapyupakurvadatmyava Manyamahe, we are giving the opinion. The Vishnu Dutas in Vaikuntha say, Kirtanam eva sattamam. The best process is what, dear devotees? Kirtanam. So Pipala and Muni may say that the best process is Smaranam. But we residents of Vaikuntha say Kirtanam is the best. Lola Atma ka ekasva hridi sphurat smrite. It is much better than fickle-minded Smaran. Because the mind is very easily deviated from Smaranam. But the tongue is not easily deviated from Kirtanam. So tell me, what is better, dear devotees, Smaran or Kirtan? Kirtanam. How many are on the side of Kirtan now? Please raise your hands. So we are changing sides as the verses are being shown. Vachi swayukte. Once you engage the tongue, automatically the ears, the minds, all the senses become engaged. Therefore, Kirtanam is the best. Prabhu, please read.
But we consider Kirtanam alone as the most excellent form of bhakti, better than Smaranam, which appears only in one's own turbulent heart. For Kirtanam harnesses not only the faculty of speech, which it engages directly, but also the mind and the sense of hearing. And Kirtanam helps not only the person practicing it, but others as well.
The mic is not agreeing with Prabhu. Mike seems to disagree with you, Prabhu. What is best, Prabhu, now? Please tell me. Kirtanam is the best. At this moment, it appears, dear devotee, Kirtanam is the. Or maybe Smaranam is best. So there is, in the Brihad Bhagavatamritam, there is this tussle shown between Kirtanam and Smaranam. It's a very interesting tug of war shown between Kirtanam and Smaranam. Dear devotees, the same Vishnu Duta says Smaranam may be best. All right? All right? Please repeat after me. Chedhyana vegat khalu chitta vritta antarbhavanti indriya vrittayasta sankirtana sparshana darshanadya Dhyanam tada kirtanatostu varyam. If they say dhyana vegat, if the force of meditation is so great that all the senses become fully merged in that meditation, including the sense of speech, also become merged in that. Then we think that Smaran is better than Kirtan. If Smaran is so powerful that it absorbs all of your senses into that activity, at that stage we think, what is better, dear devotees? Smaranam. For a newcomer, however, what is better, dear devotees? Kirtan. Because for a newcomer, the force of remembrance is not so great. So a newcomer should perform what? Kirtanam. And gradually then they should come to the platform of Smaranam. So dear devotees, we are divided still. Huh? Dear devotees, what to do at this point of time? So the Vishnu Dutas have to give a remedy, and they give a remedy as follows, dear devotees. Whatever you love is the best. All right, dear devotees. A wonderful verse. प्रीतिर्यतो यस्य सुखं च येन सम्यक् भवेत् तद्रसिकस्य तस्य तत्साधनं श्रेष्ठतमं तु सेव्यं सद्भिर्मतं प्रत्युत साध्य रूपम् प्रीतिर्यतो यस्य सुखम chayena. What is sukham, dear devotees? Happiness. Whatever devotional method by which a person with true spiritual taste feels satisfaction and complete joy, that is the method saintly authorities deem most excellent and effective for them. So it's a democratic world, I always say, dear devotees. And all masala is not garam masala here, dear devotees. So you can choose your favorite limb of bhakti. It is not only the best of methods, but the very aim of their endeavor. So dear devotees, please tell me which process is the best. Whatever you like is the best. How many are in the favor of kirtanam? Please raise your hands. Wow. And how many are with Smaranam? No, you can't take it. You have to select one, most favorite one.
We can use the and statement between them.
Huh?
I can use the and statement.
No.
Kirtanam is best while living.
Huh?
Smaranam is best while living.
Oh, wow. Kirtanam is best while living. Smaranam is best while living. Wow. Wonderful. Yes, Mataji. Yeah, sure. Why not? Of course. First step has to be Kirtanam. Early morning, there has to be first step, that is Kirtanam. But you have to remember to perform Kirtan every morning. Isn't it? Huh? Otherwise, you'll forget. So, who reminds you every morning that you have to perform Kirtan? Not alarm. Alarm reminds you that you have to wake up. There is some faculty which reminds you that you have to perform Kirtan. Which faculty, Mataji? Mind. So, tell me, what is greater? Smaranam or Kirtanam? Smaranam. But who told you that you should perform Smaran? Shastra. So Shastra did Kirtan. So you are remembering every day. I hope you are able to understand. Huh? So what is greater? Smaranam or Kirtanam? Shastra performed Kirtan, isn't it? So what is greater? Kirtan. So, oh, wonderful. We are coming to a good conclusion. So dear devotees, wonderful. Yes, Mataji, you wanted to say something? Why can't there be Kirtan with Smaranam? Wonderful. Of course, then can be Kirtan with Smaranam. But often, Smaranam is obstructed by various arguments, like the arguments which I specified at the beginning. Dear devotees, please raise your hands. How many of us perform daily regulated Smaranam? As a part of daily practice, 5 minutes every day, Smaranam. Yeah, question will, but I'm just asking. But see, most devotees are not raising their hand. We don't perform. Regulated means, as the Hari Bhakti Vilas said, sit down and remember this verse, Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janmavado. Regulated, right? The regulation came from Shastra. I did not give it, it came from Shastra. So please tell me, how many of us do some regulated Smaran every day? No? So yeah. Yeah. So whatever Shastra prescribes is Vaidhi Bhakti. So Hari Bhakti Vilas is specifying which Bhakti, Vaidhi or Raganuga Bhakti mainly? Vaidhi Bhakti. So Hari Bhakti Vilas says every morning you should do Smaranam by chanting this verse. Or our Japa also. All right, wonderful. But specifically, Japa is a different limb of Bhakti. Smaran, dedicated Smaran, where you are not mixing any other limb of Bhakti. So, yes, Mataji. Okay. This is more or less on correct lines. In the higher stages of Raganuga Bhakti, one is so much attached to Bhagavan, Smaran is so organic, Kirtan follows as a result of it. And after Kirtan, Smaran comes. And after Smaran, Kirtan comes. That is what happens. The Vishnu Dutas will say this thing about Raganuga Bhakti. They have detected your question, Mataji. So here is a verse for you. I'll come to you, Prabhuji. संकीर्तनाध्यान सुखम विवर्धते ध्यानाच्च संकीर्तन माधुरी सुखम अन्योन्य संवर्धकतानुभूयते स्माभिस्तयोस्तद्वयमेकमेव तत् Sankirtanat, from Sankirtan, Dhyana Sukham Vivardhate. Some happiness increases. Which happiness? Dhyana Sukham. Happiness of Smaran increases by Sankirtan. And Dhyanacha, by Dhyan, Sankirtana Madhuri Sukham. The happiness of Kirtan increases. Kirtan increases the happiness of Smaran. Smaran increases the happiness of Kirtan. Anyonya Samvardha. They nurture each other and nourish each other. Therefore, Asmabhis, we Vishnu Dutas finally think Dvayam Ekam Evatat. Both are actually one. Alright? Both are actually one. So the Brihad Bhagavatamritam first creates this dynamic tension between two limbs of bhakti. What is this? What are the two limbs? Kirtan and Smara. And then the Brihad Bhagavatamritam gives two wonderful conclusions. Whatever you love is the best. Conclusion 1. Conclusion 2. Both limbs are actually non-different from each other. Here is the translation, Prabhu. Kindly read. Maybe without the mic. Mic is giving trouble.
By Sankirtana, the joy of meditation grows. And by meditation, the sweet joy of Sankirtana. In our own experience, the two methods fortify one another and are therefore actually one.
Therefore, they are actually one. Dear devotees. So, therefore, it is very important to understand that Kirtan and Smaran are both essential parts of our daily practice, and both of them should facilitate each other. Meaningful Kirtan is that which brings about Smaran, and meaningful Smaran is that which brings about Kirtan. That is what. Otherwise, if it is not bringing, Kirtan is not bringing about Smaran, then we are not actually performing Kirtan in the truest sense. So that is very important for us to understand. You had a query, Prabhu?
Well, I think you alluded to that, but I'm having a little difficulty following the talk, Prabhu, because when you're mentioning Smaranam and you're comparing which limb is better, in my mind, going back to the first principle you said that always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So any activity or any limb of bhakti we perform has no meaning unless there is Smaranam attached to it. So it's very difficult to compare. Because there's comparing between Kirtanam and Smaranam, if there is no Smaranam in Kirtanam, it's just public singing.
Right. But you know why you are having this thought process? Because perhaps you are most closely attached to Smaranam. The greatest value in your mind is towards Smaranam. And therefore you are giving this opinion. Jai. Shri Radha Madhava ki jai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Sudarshan Jiv ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, You know what some other devotees may say? Smaran is okay, but what is the meaning if there is no kirtan? And you are saying kirtan is okay, but what is the meaning if there is no smaran? So obviously, every devotee is allowed to have their specific devotional bias, which is very good. And yours seems to be, you are of my nature, you are more inclined toward smaran. And therefore, you don't see much value in kirtan if it is devoid of smaranam. And then may come the devotees on the other side who may say, yeah, the smaran is okay, but if there is no kirtan, it is just mental exercise, isn't it? So there are devotees who may think like that. So the Brihad Bhagavatamritam understands this dynamic tension between two limbs of bhakti, smaranam and kirtanam. Therefore, both of them should nourish each other. Because sometimes what happens, I told you, perform kirtan nicely, smaran will automatically come. And then the smaran doesn't happen. 10 years pass, 20 years pass, 30 years pass, and smaran doesn't happen automatically. Perform kirtan and smaran happens automatically when you have practiced it for a certain number of years. I hope you are able to understand. And perform smaran and kirtan happens automatically when you have practiced for a certain number of years. Then it becomes very natural and organic. That is what Vaidhi Bhakti is. Whatever is not natural and organic, you try to follow some rules and regulations to make it happen organically within your life. So this is what they specify. Dear devotees, especially in higher stages of bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti is beginning stage. In higher stages, which is called as Raganuga Bhakti, Smaranam takes prominence. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says in his literature, Raga Vartma Chandrika, the moonlight to illuminate the path of Raganuga Bhakti. That is the literature. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, please repeat. Smaranasya atra raganugayam mukhyatvam ragasya manodharmatva. Smaranasya atra raganugayam mukhyatvam. In Raganuga Bhakti, mukhya, the main limb of bhakti is what, dear devotees? Smarana. Why? Ragasya manodharmatvad. Because rag, spontaneous attachment to Krishna, is a function of the mind and the heart. Therefore, which limb of bhakti will take precedence in Raganuga Bhakti? Smarana. And which limb of bhakti will take precedence in Vaidhi Bhakti, dear devotees? Kirtan. It will take precedence in Vaidhi Bhakti. Here is the translation. Please read, Prabhu.
Smarana is the main limb in the practice of Raganuga Bhakti. Since Raga, spontaneous attachment, is a function of the mind.
So once we attain Raganuga Bhakti, let's give up Kirtan. Yes or no? No. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Smaranasya kirtanadhinatvam avashyam vaktavyameva.
Such Smarana should always be understood as being dependent on Kirtana.
Oh, wonderful, dear devotees. All right. So finally, dear devotees, please tell me, what is the highest? Both are equally needed, dear devotees. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. The name of the society is based on what? Smaran or Kirtan? But in the name of the society, there is Kirtan of Krishna's name. International Society for Krishna. First happens Kirtan, and then comes consciousness, dear devotees. All right? So there is, both things are there in the name of the society. There is first Kirtan, and there is also Smaran. Dear devotees, we have to take both processes very, very seriously. Often, Smaran is highly neglected in our day-to-day devotional practice. And then we are expecting suddenly at the moment of death, I will be able to remember Krishna. And often when we are in a vehicle driving and suddenly sometimes the vehicle loses balance and we are about to crash into another vehicle, often we are not able to remember Krishna at such a moment. Why? No practice. No practice, dear devotees. It's very important. Some of us might have gone through, such times wherein we were in a life-threatening situation and Smaran did not happen automatically, spontaneously. Kirtan happened. Huh? But antakale cha mameva Smaran. Kirtan should lead to what, dear devotees? Smaran. So, the next step did not take place. Acha, Krishna kept the condition of death not on kirtan but on smaran. There must be some good reason for it, isn't it? Krishna could have said, Antakale cha mameva japan, Shrinvan, or much better, Khadan. huh? At the moment of death while eating prasadam, muktva kalevar. So that could, liberation by food. He could have said like that. But Bhagavan says, Antakale cha mameva smaran. There are two important reasons for it. The first reason is, dear devotees, there, uh, at the moment of death, gradually all the external senses stop their functions. And you may not be able, the person closes their eyes, they are not able to feel anything, they are not able to hear anything. Gradually all the senses shut down. And the living entity is finally located in one particular area of the body. Where is the living entity located, dear devotees? Heart. Mind? No, no. Living is not here. It is living entities. So, um, in the heart, the living entity is located. With the and you can see on the, what do you call that? Cardiogram. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, cardiogram. You can see that although none of the senses are working, but the cardiogram is still beating once in a while. It happens for, like half an hour or something like that. You may have seen in the case of many individuals. The cardiogram is still going on in the last half an hour. And they're not looking at anything, they're not, able to hear anything. And then, but one final sense organ is still working, dear devotees. And which sense organ is working? Heart is working. And what is the function of the heart, dear devotees? Kirtanam or Smaranam? So with that final activity that is present in the body, are you able to attach that activity to Bhagavan? That is the test. Because that is where the living entity is finally located. This is the first reason. Second reason, dear devotees, very important second reason. Some people are born without the sense of speech. Some people are born without the sense of hearing. Some people are born without the sense of sight. But nobody is born without the sense of remembrance. Somebody may have lesser memory capacity, somebody may have greater memory capacity, but each and every one of us is blessed with certain memory capacity. Is anybody born deficient of a heart? No, they are devotees. So therefore, in this regard, in regards to Smaran, everybody is more or less equal. And a test can only be performed on a platform in which everyone is equal. If Bhagavan would have kept the test on kirtanam, the person who is mute, who cannot speak, is necessarily going to fail the test. The person who is deaf, cannot hear, is necessarily going to fail the test. But there is no person who cannot remember. They have some sense of remembrance. Everybody is gifted with some sense of smaran. Therefore, to make the examination equal for everybody, Bhagavan has kept the condition not on kirtan, but on smaran. These are two important reasons, dear devotees. I have introduced the subject matter. Tomorrow we will go deeper, because tomorrow we have to understand a most important question. Is smaran imagination? How many of us would like to know the answer from Shastra? Is smaran imagination? Dear devotees, if we can get this thing out of our system, then we will perform our smaran confidently. Isn't it? When I am remembering Krishna, am I remembering Krishna or am I imagining Krishna? Isn't it? If we can have an answer to that query from Shastra, from the previous acharyas, then the major hurdle on our path to Smaran will be cleared, dear devotees. So tomorrow will be a very important part of that. And those of us who wish to know whether it is Smaran or imagination, am I thinking genuinely remembering Krishna or am I imagining Krishna? Please come for the second part of the presentation, because I will also show where Prabhupada gives regulated Smaran. And I will also specify what is the difference between Smaran and imagination. So, dear devotees, I'll pause at this point of time. Yadatra skhalitam kinchid vidvam saha purayantu tat Yadatra saushthavam kinchit tad guroreva me nahi. Yadatra skhalitam kinchit. It is possible I might have made a mistake while speaking something. If I made a mistake with Vamsaha, your learned devotees purayantu tat. Please correct any mistakes. But yadatra saushthavam kinchit. If there's anything nice in the presentation, please remember, dear devotees, tad guroreva. It belongs to my Gurujanas. Me nahi. It doesn't belong to me. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for kindly being present here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So, any questions? Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu has a query. Yeah. Yeah, we can have questions even if it is not related to today's topic. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu, please.
I had a couple of questions, Prabhu.
Sure, sure. Why not?
In the beginning, you started by saying that Kirtan is the Yuga Dharma, and we were questioning that aspect. And in the
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Yeah. Wonderful. I was expecting that this question will come. In the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially it says, Krite yadhyayato Vishnum or Kala Uttadhari Kirtanat, that in Kali Yuga there is Kirtan. And especially the final verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam is also Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Shamanam Sarva Dukkhanam Tam Namami Harimparam. So Kirtanam, Sankirtanam is definitely the Yuga Dharma. Yuga Dharma is definitely Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Nothing can deny that. As a congregational practice, Kirtanam is the topmost. There is no doubt about that. As an individual practice, it is difficult to perform Sankirtanam. Sankirtanam compulsorily requires multiple people. The definition of Sankirtanam is Bahubhir militva yat kirtanam tadeva sankirtanam. Many people should come together and glorify Bhagavan. That is Sankirtan. As a congregational practice, Kirtan, Sankirtan is best. As an individual practice, Smaran takes precedence. And especially in Raganuga Bhakti, Smaran takes that precedence. Because unless the mind is connected to Bhagavan, the definition of Uttama Bhakti, many of you might have heard, Prabhu, Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama. So, Anyabhilashita Shunyam, there should be no desires besides the desire to perform bhakti. Right? Where is it determined that there are no desires? On the tongue or in the heart? Please tell me, Prabhu. How do we determine? By looking in the tongue or looking in the heart? In the heart. Jnana karma adi anavritam. That there is no trace of jnana taking over bhakti, karma taking over bhakti. These take over bhakti in which sense organ? In the heart. Anukulyena, favorability should be there. Favorability is established in which sense organ? In the heart. So as an individual practice, Smaran takes over. But as a congregational practice, Kirtan takes over. So both have their relevant respective glories mentioned in Shastra. Therefore, the Acharya said, no matter, you will keep unlimitedly arguing about one or the other. So the Brihad Bhagavat Amritam knows, like you said, Kirtanam is the best, the Bhagavatam says, and you can say Bhagavatam says. Then somebody may say, well, but Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Raganugayam Smaranam Mukhyatvam. In Raganuga Bhakti, what is main? Smaran is main. And then somebody may bring again Kirtan, and then somebody may say, well, in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Smartavya Satatam Vishnur Vismartavya. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. There is no end to the discussion. So, both parties have to come to a mutual agreement. Ceasefire should happen. Ceasefire will happen when both agree that both things nourish each other. Smaran, Kirtan nourishes Smaran, Smaran nourishes Kirtan. So, in Kali Yuga, Sankirtan is the Yuga Dharma. But Sankirtan is for facilitating what, Prabhu? Smaran, right? Yeah, Prabhu. I hope that gives solace to your... Wonderful.
Our deity worship is all that encompassing
Yeah.
everything into
The broad definition of kirtan is Nama Rupa Gunadi Nam Uchchair Bhasha tu Kirtanam. Any audible glorification of name, form, qualities, pastimes, etc. of Bhagwan is Kirtanam. You go on the street, you tell, but this is Krishna. So basically, which limb of bhakti are we performing? Kirtanam. That is also Kirtanam. But it should result in the person remembering Krishna, ideally. So Smaranam should come as a result of that. So I hope that satisfies your query. Any other question you had, Prabhu? Sure.
towards the end. Then we were talking about how all the senses shut down when we are leaving.
Yeah.
Only the remembrance sense is
Yeah.
going on. In Varaha it says, right, that yadi vatadi doshena
Mad Bhakta.
chami smaran aham smarami mad bhakta muyanti param gatim. That if I can't even remember, Krishna will help me remember. And Prabhupada says this in the nectar of instruction. No, sorry, Ishopnishad. He says that towards the second last verse.
Yeah. So there is a verse which says, Yadi Vatadi Doshena, if because of too much disturbance in the bodily elements, Mad Bhakta Mam Nacha Smaret, if my devotee does not remember me, Aham Smarami Tad Bhaktam Nayami Paramam Gatim. I will remember that devotee and take him to the highest destination. So this is an example of Bhagwan giving his specific mercy. Can we make this into a general rule, or should we say that this is dependent on Bhagwan's desire? It's a very important query. Because then that verse basically cancels out Antakale Chamameva. It more or less, Bhagwan, that verse in the Gita becomes redundant. Chalo, this verse is removed by what Bhagwan has said. Even if you don't remember me, I will remember you. So, as an exception, Bhagwan may do it for a devotee who has been constantly remembering Bhagwan for their entire life. And if at the end of their life, due to great bodily disturbance, they are not able to remember, it is the same principle. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. I will, okay, it is not showing. I will share my screen. Yeah, here it is. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. In the Veda base, it should be there. Yeah. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah paryupasyate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Does anybody know what is the meaning of yogakshemam? Okay, deficiency, okay.
Overall meaning,
Huh.
overall meaning is whatever you lack, I'll give. Whatever you have, I'll preserve it.
Yeah. So, Srila Sridhar Swami specifies what is the meaning of yoga and kshema. Okay. Apraptasya praptihi yoga. What you have not attained, to help you attain that is called yoga. Praptasya rakshanam kshemam. And whatever you have attained, protecting that is called kshema. So Bhagavan says yoga kshemam. I will ensure both yoga and kshema. But it comes with a condition. That ananyas chintayanto mam. That through your life you have executed that practice. Otherwise, what will happen? A new devotee will come and say, one day he has executed bhakti and he is a devotee. He may get initiated, say, I am a devotee. And yadi vata didoshana. He didn't do any other bhajan, but because of bodily disturbance, I could not remember you, Krishna. So why did you not remember me and take me to your highest abode? So certainly it has to come with a condition. So if they are well practiced, but due to bodily disturbance at the moment of their life, they are not able to do it, then Bhagwan, gives that. Grace marks, you can say. Yes. Okay. Yes. Anybody else wanted to ask? From Mataji's side, anybody? We have had few queries from here. Okay, we'll go to the Prabhus. Yeah.
I have a few questions.
Okay.
Again, coming back to the first instruction, always remember Krishna and do not forget Krishna, never forget Krishna. So, is there a difference between not remembering Krishna and forgetting Krishna? Because sometimes when we are at a particular task and we are engaged in our profession, then at that time we may be in one focused attention to that task. So that time we may not be remembering Krishna,
Oh, wonderful.
not necessarily, or is it the same as forgetting Krishna?
Ah, wonderful. So, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. But when we are really focused on a task, we have to focus on the task. Like Arjun, when he is going to fight, Arjun is going to fight, It's not that, while shooting the arrow, Arjun is thinking about the gopis in Vrindavan, and that is not going to, it's not going to happen like that. So, Arjun has to fight means he has to shoot on the target. So, even Arjun is not really going to do smartavya satatam Vishnur vismartavya no jatuchit. Therefore, I said Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, satatam means pratiyaham. At least, how many time every day? Once every day. At least, not at most, because devotees make it at most. So, at least once every day. You can make it at most as many times. Achha, there's also another layer of answer that I would like to add here. There's a very nice verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita which is specifying this. This is Madhya Leela 1.211. Please repeat after me. Paravyasanini nari vyagrapi grihakarmasu tadeva swadayatyantar Navasangarasayanam. This verse was composed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Besides the Shikshashtakam, this is another composition of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Besides the Shikshashtakam, there is another verse, Naham Vipro Nachanarapati. This is also composition of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this verse was composed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sundaran Prabhu, can you kindly read what Mahaprabhu says?
If a woman is attached to a man other than her husband, she will appear very busy in carrying out her household affairs. But within her heart, she is always relishing feelings of association with her paramour.
This is the nature of Raga Bhakti. You may be very busy in office, but always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. I hope you are able to understand what is the meaning of the verse. One who has that genuine attachment towards Krishna will remember Krishna exactly like that lady who is attached to a man outside of her marriage. Yeah. So, isn't she busy? Please tell me. She's very busy. Yeah, she's very busy. Huh? She appears very busy because she has a home to maintain, cleaning, cooking, everything. Do you think she has time for remembering Krishna? Bolo? It's a very important verse. Those verses make you think. If you have the right verse at the right time, it puts everything into context, isn't it? So, this is how we are supposed to think of Krishna when we are very busy at work. So, you can put yourself in the shoes of that lady, and maybe you can think of how a lady who's attached to a man outside of her marriage, at her home she has to pretend that I belong here, but her mind is always focused on thinking of that other person, because nobody can enter into her mind, and no organization or office can enter into your mind. So that is the best place. That's your tree house with Sri Krishna. So always let Sri Krishna be in that tree house. Okay, I hope that answers your query. So can you constantly think of Krishna while working very hard? Yeah, you can try. Why not? Everybody should try. Huh? But it comes very naturally on the path of Raganuga Bhakti. This is not easy for one who is on which platform? Vaidhi Bhakti. It's not easy. This is easier said than done, isn't it? Huh? But once you attain that higher platform of Raganuga Bhakti, then it is very organic, natural. You don't need to push yourselves. So I hope that satisfies your query. Yeah, please.
You gave wonderful examples about Smaranam and the importance, and especially at the time of death. One pastime that comes to mind, we learn about Ajamil. And from Ajamil's pastime, we learn about the power of the holy name and kirtanam at the time of death. And his kirtanam was without Smaranam.
No, it was with Smara. He was remembering his son.
His son,
Yeah, yeah.
not the Supreme Son.
Sure, why not?
So how do we understand that in context of?
Okay, wonderful. So Ajamil's case is taken up. In Ajamil's case, Ajamil called out Narayanam, and Narayan, he remembered whom? It was, his mind was not blank. I want to be absolutely clear that his mind was not blank when he uttered Narayana. So his mind was filled with not only the memories of the son, but very affectionate memories of the son. So Sri Jiva Goswami, at that point of time, that exact point of time, Sri Jiva Goswami says something. I'd like to pull out that commentary from the 6th canto, Krama Sandarbha commentary. It's very important. You have brought out a wonderful point. See, devotees ask many wonderful questions. So I will pull out 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and there is the wonderful commentary of Sri Jiva Goswami on 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And Sri Jiva Goswami says, please repeat after me, dear devotees. Shri Bhagavan Nama Grahanam. Oh, just sorry, I have to share my entire screen. I'm sorry. I'm just sharing one thing at a time. Now can you see, dear devotees? Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Nama Grahanam Khalu Dvidha Bhavati. Shri Bhagavan Nama Grahanam, utterance of Bhagavan's name, Dvidha. How many types? 2 types. Okay, first type, please repeat, dear devotees. Kevalatvena. Kevalatvena means just uttering the syllables, there is nothing in the mind. Second, Sneha Samyuktatvena cha. Second is with Sneha. What is Sneha, dear devotees? Affection. So Ajamil's utterance of Bhagwan's name, Narayan, was Kevalatvena or Sneha Samyuktatvena? Because he's not remembering Bhagwan. Okay? He's remembering his son. And it's a very important philosophical point. You pause right at that instant. All right, pause. Ajamil's utterance of Naam is of which of these 2 types? Kevalatvena or Sneha Samyuktatvena? No, there was Sneha in his Naam. Oh, wonderful. So when, dear devotees, here is the conclusion. The conclusion is that when you utter the Naam, okay, and indicate the Nami is the named person. Who is the named person, dear devotees? Vishnu. Then you call it Shuddha Naam. What do you call it? Shuddha Naam. And when you utter the Naam, but when you don't indicate the Nami, the named person, who is Vishnu, it is called Namabhas. I hope you are able to understand. What is it called, dear devotees? Namabhas. So when Naam is uttered, Jai. When Naam is uttered, but the personality indicated is not Bhagavan, then it becomes known as what? Naam Abhas. So Ajamil chanted Naam or Naam Abhas? So Ajamil chanted Namabhas. Ajamil is classic example of Namabhas. Bhagavan is so merciful. First and foremost, is Namabhas is Kevala or Sneha Samyukta? No. He is not indicating Bhagavan, so it is Namabhas. But this Namabhas has some affection or doesn't have affection? Has affection towards whom? To son. Bhagavan is so merciful, he takes that affection towards his son and puts it on himself. I hope you are able to understand. This happened in the case of Ajamil. Na bhuto na bhavishyati. Huh? It didn't happen in the past, not expected to happen in the future. Can happen anytime, but didn't happen in the past. Exceptional cases are mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Bhagavan is very merciful. Bhagavan took that affection which he had towards his son. And because the name is the same, Bhagavan said, Acha, I will put it on myself. Send the Vishnudutas to rescue him. So that is Sneha Samyuktatvena. That is what happened in the case of Ajamil. That if Ajamil would have chanted Keval Nam without feeling, even if he was indicating Bhagavan, chances are less. The value of Sneha is that even if it was Namabhas, but there was Sneha involved, Bhagavan took notice of it and appeared. So, who had asked the question? You have. So, I hope that satisfies your query. So, which name should we chant? Keval or Sneha Samyukta? But the Sneha should be directed towards whom? No. One time in my college, there was one boy. His name was Narayan. So he came to the Brahmachari ashram where I was taking training. So I introduced him. His name is Narayan. So Brahmachari said, "Acha, your father must be a Jamil." So it is, dear devotees, Sneha Samyuktanam is the name that we are supposed to. Yes, Mataji.
I understand that we talked about, transitioning from Viduti to Raganuga Bhakti and perfecting our process of Smaranam. And the second process that we see is just by the mercy of the Lord in all these exceptional cases, like Prabhuji pointed out, and a Jamal story, where are we in this? Because I feel like we don't have any caliber for mercy. Like, I don't want to think that I'm that one exception, and at the same time, as simple as Raganuga Bhakti also appears, it also has to reach its perfection, like you talk about 5 stages of
Smaran.
Smarana, so it's like you have to go till Samadhi, but what if you're stuck somewhere in the middle?
Yeah.
In just the process of trying.
Right. So,
Where are we then?
wherever we are, our own efforts are not going to help. That's a very important point to understand about the entire process of bhakti. Because most individuals think that by my own strength, I will advance. And that is where the mistake lies. Advancement is mainly made by association of people who are more advanced than us. And that only happens, that can make advancement very swift and rapid. For example, a simple art such as playing mridanga. Let's say, anybody here who doesn't know how to play mridanga at all, ekdam zero. Prabhu, take the mridanga in hand. Chalo, chalo, uta. Today is day Vaidhi Bhakti. Chalo. Take, Prabhu. Take them. Big aprad. At least hold, na? Sri Balram. All right, Prabhu. Wonderful. Today you begin, Prabhu. Okay? Now, all your advancement you have to make on your own strength. Okay? Chalo, bajao. Bajao, chalo. यही होगा. For a whole life, this is what will happen. All right? And here is a person who is very siddhasta, is in mridanga. Prabhu, play mridanga for. Arey wow, dear devotees, you can. Acha, what is the difference, Prabhu, between your advancement and his advancement? Practice. Practice, so you are also doing. Bolo. Jaydev Prabhu will say. Yeah. So Guru saved him decades of effort, isn't it? So a person who has seen prema will save you decades of effort. Only that person, a person who has $100 can give you $100. That is most important. So at any point of time, advancement is not made by self-effort. Advancement is made very rapidly by following the mood of a person who's advanced. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Haya Sadhu Sangha Krishna Prema Janmete Ho Punah Mukhya Anga Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula. The root of the birth of genuine Krishna Bhakti is Sadhu Sangha. How genuine Bhakti is born is Sadhu Sangha. Krishna Prema of that devotee who already has that advancement. Krishna Prema Janme, and in such association, if you attain the final stage, what is the final stage, dear devotees? Krishna Prem. Teho punah mukhya anga, still sadhu sangha remains very important, even after attaining Krishna Prem. Here is the translation by Srila Prabhupada. Please read, Prabhu.
The root cause of devotional service to Lord Krishna is association with advanced devotees.
Acha, advanced was not given in the original verse. The original verse only said what? Sadhu. Srila Prabhupada put the term advanced there. We all can notice this. The root cause of devotional service to Lord Krishna is practice. Nahi. Acha. He could have said that, right? The root cause of devotional service to Krishna is practice. Nahi. We are missing something. All right? So root cause is association with advanced devotees. Please read ahead.
Even when one's dormant love for Krishna awakens, association with devotees is still most essential.
Yeah, even when you have received prema from that devotee, still that association remains most essential part. So this is what is missing, Mataji. In very swift amount of time, we can. How many lifetimes did Parikshit Maharaj have remaining with him? Kitna lifetimes did he have remaining? No. One lifetime and only 7 days. Not even one lifetime, 0 lifetimes, only 7 days remaining. He made all his advancement in those 7 days. It is very easy and fast. Let's not make it so long because you have to wait for 30 years. Bhakti will become dependent on time then. Is Bhakti dependent on time or independent of time? Khatwang Maharaj achieved Muhurta. But proper sadhu sangha is needed. Proper teacher will save you decades of effort. Okay? So Mataji, that is the answer to your query. Yes, thank you. Haribol. Yeah. Okay. Can you rephrase the question?
She's saying, can other limbs of bhakti other than Smarana, can they be done without Smarana also?
Other limbs?
Is it possible to do without Smarana any other limbs like?
Acha, can they be done without Smaran? Well, see, there is Karana Karya. Karana Karya means cause and effect. In any limb of bhakti, there is a cause of executing that limb and there is an effect of executing that limb. why did we execute dasya? Because Shastra told us. All right? So, mind is already there. And our mind will tell us what is dasya. Dasya is the feeling of servitude towards Bhagwan. We cannot do dasya unless we feel subservient to Bhagwan. We cannot do sakhya unless we feel equivalent to Bhagwan. So, this is the cause of dasya sakhya. And the effect is to feel joy of bhakti. Joy is felt in which sense organ? Mind and heart. So, if not the cause, at least the effect will be there. The mind is involved somewhere. And therefore, it is such a main limb of all devotional practices. So, mind will always be involved, and wherever there is slight touch of mind and slight remembrance of Bhagwan involved, Smaranam is already making its presence felt there. Devoid of Smaranam, if you want to have any particular limb of bhakti, I don't think there is any particular limb of bhakti which is designed specifically like that. Even while putting tilak, Keshavaya Namah, Govindaya Namah, so they are remembering Bhagwan. So in all limbs of bhakti, the mind has to be involved. So, Manah Shasthani Indriyani. Mind is the accomplice of all the six. Mataji, you had some query?
Yes, Prabhu. In my understanding, japa is both, right? Smaranam and kirtanam. And in what category Gayatri chanting comes to?
Wonderful query. So, in your understanding, japa is both kirtanam. Okay. So, this is specified by the previous acharyas in Hari Bhakti Vilas. I will show you the slides in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Yep. There are 3 types of japa, Mataji. Okay. What are the 3 types of japa, dear devotees? Please repeat. Vachika japa, upamshu japa, manasik japa. Acha, what is japa? How is japa defined first and foremost? In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami defines japa. First and foremost, let's have a look at the definition of japa given by Sri Rupa Goswami. I will pull out Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and the definition of japa given by Sri Rupa Goswami. Limb number 34 of 64. Please repeat. Atha japaha mantrasya sulaghucharo japa ityabhidhiyate. Mantrasya sulaghu ucharo. Japa. Uchara is utterance. Laghu uchara, soft. Sulaghu uchara, super soft utterance of a mantra is known as what? Japa. Definition of the Sampradaya. This is straight from Sri Rupa Goswami. So what is japa? If somebody asks us, we can give a one-line answer. Super soft utterance of a mantra is known as japa. Japa often gets translated as chanting. Kirtan also gets translated as chanting. But japa is limb number 34. Kirtan is limb number 33. Let's see definition of kirtanam. Nama leela gunadinam Uchchair bhasha tu kirtanam. Super soft Nama, Leela, Guna, name, fame, qualities, past tense. Definition Uchchair bhasha. What is Uchchair bhasha? This is straight from audible speech. Audible utterance. So what is known as what? If somebody asks us, we can give a one-line answer. So kirtanam is limb number 33. Of a japa is limb number 34. Japa. Both often get translated as chanting. Japa kirtanam especially is super soft utterance of a mantra. This is the definition, this is the fine distinction given in the Sampradaya. Japa is also of 3 types, Mataji. Vachika japa, upamshu japa, manasika japa. What is Vachika japa? I will now specify. Although Sri Rupa Goswami said japa is super soft utterance, still some devotees do japa loudly. Their mouth moves clearly and they speak so loudly that another person can hear. This japa is known as which japa? Vachik. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Did you hear my voice? Yes. Which japa was this? Vachik. Upamshu is when the lips move slowly, the tongue moves slowly. One is only able to hear oneself, a second person should not be able to hear. This is known as which japa? Upamshu. Now I will chant Upamshu because there the mic is there, you may be able to hear. If the mic was not there, you would not be able to hear. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Dear devotees, this is which japa? Upamshu. Third is Manasik. Manasik is when mouth is absolutely closed. Tongue doesn't move much at all. You just close your eyes and you utter the mantra through the mind. And in the mind, you visualize the syllables of the mantra as you are uttering the mantra. That is known as which japa? Manasik. Sri Sanatan Goswami says, Shreyan Syad Uttarottara. Latter type of japa is better than former ones. Upamshu is better than Vachik. Manasik is better than Vachik and Upamshu. Why? Manasik requires the greatest amount of effort. But Sri Sanatan Goswami comments. Here is the answer to your query. Vachika, Upamshu, Manasika, Bhedena. There are three types of japa. What are the three types of japa? Vachik, Upamshu, Manasik, Bheda. Trividhasya japasya madhye. In these three types of japa, Ishad Oshtha Chalanena, Shanair Uchcharana. That japa in which you slightly move your mouth and you utter slightly. Which japa is that, Mataji? Upamshu. Upamshu japo atra grahya. One should accept what as true japa? Upamshu should be accepted as true japa. Why? He says, Vachikasya kirtan antargatatvat. Vachika japa is also japa, but it is mixed with kirtan. Manasikasya cha smaranatmakatvat. Manasika is also japa, but it is mixed with what? Smaran. So Vachika japa is japa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Which japa did he define? Upamshu is actually 24 karat japa without mixture of any other limbs. It's not that other mixture makes it impure. You are mixing two pure limbs, no problem. It's like with vanilla ice cream. So it's not impure ice cream, all right? But still, if you want to see what is 100% japa without any addition of any other limbs, that is only one type of japa, Mataji. Which japa is that? Upamshu. Loud japa is japa mixed with which limb? Kirtan. And silent japa is japa mixed with what? Smaran. So only one japa qualifies as japa which has no mixture of any other limbs, that is Upamshu japa. Says Sri Sanatan Goswami in Hari Bhakti Vilas 11.472 commentary. His direct words are given there right above here. Upamshu japo atra grahya. Except which japa? Upamshu japa. So therefore in the morning when we are chanting, Mataji, we should try to chant with japa? Upamshu. Japa is always a solitary practice. Kirtan is always a congregational practice. Often we make japa a congregational practice and kirtan we do individually. So japa has always traditionally been a solitary practice. Sometimes we may gather in groups to encourage each other. Even if we are gathered in groups, we should help the other person hear whose voice? His own voice. Otherwise, if we shout on top of somebody else, then there is a problem, right? Let's say tomorrow morning if I come and Sundaran Prabhu is also there, and today I am decided I have to give full benefit of my japa to Sundaran Prabhu. Prabhu, please try to chant one mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama. I am giving benefit to you, isn't it, Prabhu? Don't you want full benefit? So Sundaran Prabhu may say, Prabhu, you are making it very easy for me. If he is supposed to hear my voice, he will say, very easy. Hariparshad Das, you do the chanting, I'll just flip the beats. Okay, that is, okay, that enough. Because finally you are hearing whose voice? My voice hai na. So finally you should only flip the beats and I will do the chanting. Chalega? Will that be counted as japa? No. Japa means a devotee should be able to hear whose voice? Their own voice. Right? So, Gayatri is Mansik Japa. Japa mixed with Smaran. Is Gayatri Japa or Smaran? What is Gayatri? Japa. Because you are uttering a mantra. But it is Japa mixed with one limb. Which limb? Smaran. Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Hare
Can you see the question, Prabhu? Which Maharaj? Acha. When they are performing kirtan, are they not involving Smaran and kirtan together? Elevated devotees. So that is what the Brihad Bhagavatamritam verse also said, na? Sankirtana dhyana sukham vivardate, dhyana cha sankirtana madhuri sukham. I had quoted that verse. Here it is. By Sankirtan, the joy of meditation increases. By meditation, the sweet joy of Sankirtan. Both limbs nourish each other. Both are actually in this way one. For the advanced devotee, this is what happens. So that slide has answered the query already, Mataji. Right? Okay. Yeah. Yes. So I think you came slightly late. Okay. Yeah. In the beginning, there was a mention of uh, Smaran as a daily injunction. This verse was covered as in daily Smaran. So after performing Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Kirtan, then one sits down because initial purification is done by Kirtan. Then you are ready to perform daily Smaran. And this is prescribed daily Smaran. Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janmavado Yaduvar Parishad Swai Dorbhirasya Dharma Sthirachara Vrijinagna Susmita Shri Mukhena Vrajapura Vanitanam Vardhayan Kamadevam. So this is uh, prescribed meditation for Vaidhi Bhakti or Raganuga Bhakti? Vaidhi Bhakti. So every day we can do. Tomorrow I will show quotes from Srila Prabhupada, where Prabhupada is encouraging this type of daily Smaran. But if I show today, then the charm will be lost for tomorrow. So you have to come tomorrow, all right? Yes.
Prabhuji, that's a different topic. We are going on. What? That's a different topic. Prabhuji is giving different lecture right now. No, I'm just curious. Yeah, I can answer separately.
Yeah, the temple management can answer that query.
I think it's a scheduling related query. So I think I just came here today as a visitor. Okay. So perhaps I am not the best person to answer this query because all other questions I can try to answer from Shastra, but scheduling related questions, you have to find the devotee who's managing the scheduling. Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Just a question, like, so you mentioned that everybody should go for the advanced devotee, like, follow them, association for that. What's going to happen in our movement if suppose everybody looking for the advanced devotee, so who's going to help the neophytes?
Oh, wonderful. If everybody looks for the advanced devotee, who will help the neophytes? Then, if only neophytes help neophytes, then neophytes will remain neophytes and neophytes will spread everywhere. Isn't it? Huh? So, we have to follow, the movement should be conducted according to Srila Prabhupada's words. I think everybody agrees on this point, isn't it? The movement should be conducted on the basis of what Srila Prabhupada wants. And Srila Prabhupada's instructions are given in his books. Books are general instructions for everybody. So, in Nectar of Instruction, 5th verse, purport, Srila Prabhupada specifies something. Sundaran Prabhu, please read the highlighted thing.
One should not remain a Kanishta Adhikari, one who is situated on the lowest platform of devotional service and is interested only in worshipping the deity in the temple.
One should not remain a Kanishta Adhikari. And it's not that those who are worshipping the deity are Kanishta Adhikari. But if their perception of Krishna is that Krishna is only in the temple and not outside, an Uttam Adhikari also performs deity worship. But the Kanishta Adhikari is somebody whose vision is limited only to the deity. They cannot see Krishna in everybody's heart. So Srila Prabhupada says one should not remain a Kanishta Adhikari. Now what should one do? Srila Prabhupada says in the same purport. Prabhu, kindly read.
One therefore has to raise himself from the position of Kanishta Adhikari to the platform of Madhyama Adhikari.
So gradually one has to raise oneself to the position of Madhyama Adhikari. And then Srila Prabhupada says, please read.
Out of many such Vaishnavas, one may be found to be very seriously engaged in the service of the Lord and strictly following all the regulated principles, chanting the prescribed number of rounds and japa beads, and always thinking of how to expand the Krishna consciousness movement. Such a Vaishnava should be accepted as an Uttama Adhikari, a highly advanced devotee, and his association should always be sought.
So the Prabhu, as it is, So the living spiritual movement advances on the strength of the Uttam Adhikari and partially on the strength of the Madhyam Adhikaris. I hope that makes it clear. So at least we should seek out Madhyam Adhikaris, or the best situation is Uttam Adhikaris. Okay, so that is what Prabhupada says. Stop here? Okay, take care.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. What a wonderful class you gave. And I think in half an hour, we'll have a katha from Prabhuji on wonderful Panihati festivals.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So, devotees can stand up now. We are starting in 1 minute. Hare Krishna. So everyone can stand up now. We're going to have Aarti. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll have wonderful lecture by Prabhuji on Panihati festival, which will be celebrating right after lecture, basically. This way we can understand what is this special festival about that. So thank you so much.
नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने ऊपर गए नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादे पाश्चात्य देशताय निर्विशेषा पाश्चात्य देशताय जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय हरिबो 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 कि बजयो जय गोरा चांदे आरती को शोभा जय जाना भी टाटा बने जगमन लोभा जाना भी टाटा बने जगमन लोभा कि बदखी ए ने ताय चांद बामे गदाधार के निकटेया द्वैता श्रेणी बक्षा क्षेत्र रानिका बसी আছে गोरा चांद रत्न सिंहासन कि बबसी चांद रत्न सिंहासन आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगण ए आरती करे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगण नर हरे आदि करी चमार दुलाय संजयामो कुंद बासु घोषादिगा किब शंख बजे बजे करता घंटा बजे मधुरा में दंगा बजे परम रसाला ए मधुरा में दंगा बजे परम रसाला शंखा बजे घंटा बजे मधुर 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 बजे शंख बजे घंटा बजे मधुर 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 बजे शंख बजे घंटा बजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे ए मधुर 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 बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे ए शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बीताय गुर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बहु कोटि चन्द्रजिनी बदन उजाला कि बहु कोटि कि बहु कोटि चन्द्रजिनी बदन उजाला गौर हरे गला देशे बनमाला करे झलमाला गला देशे किबा शिवा सुख नारदा प्रेमे गदगा भक्ति विनोद देखी संपादा ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद देखी गौरार संपादा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Ram Ram Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Everyone loudly gaye Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radhe. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gauranga Jayo Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jayo Nitai Gauranga Jayo Nitai Gauranga Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari He Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari Vishnu Priya Pranadhana Gaura Hare Vishnu Patita Pavana Gaura Hare Hey Gaura 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 Hare Gaura Nadiya Bihari Gaura Hare Hey Nadiya Bihari Gaura Hare Hey Nadiya Bihari Hey Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hare Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jaya Radha Madhava Gaura Nitai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya Jaya Prabhupada Sila Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद गौर प्रेमानंदे
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमत परिव्राज अष्टोदशे में देवान भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिलपत महाराज के जय नित्य लाभ भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती भगवत महाराज के जय गुरु परंपरा की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद के जय नामाचार्य शिल हरदास सागर के जय प्रेम से गौ जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य ब्रह्म नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासति गौर भक्त वृंद के जय जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गौतम के जय श्री नवदीप माया विधाम के जय मथुरा वंदना द्वारका शिव धाम के जय अयोध्या विधाम के जय पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथ विधाम के जय भगवान जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा देवी चक्र के जय श्री श्री राधा माधव जी के जय गिरिराज जी के जय सीताय गुणिताय गौर सुंदर के जय गंगा माँ यमुना के जय वृंद जय भक्त देव के जय समस्त भक्त वृंद के जय हरि नाम समके के जय हरे कृष्ण महामंदिर के जय पानिहाटी दही चिड़ा महामहोत्सव की जय निता निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरे आ ग्रोथ सम्मिलित हरे कृष्णा आ ग्रोथ सम्मिलित हरे कृष्णा All the assembly to the Hare Krishna, all glory to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga Prabhupada. Prahlada Lada Dahine Prahlada Hiranyakashi Purvaksha Hiranyakashi Shilatankanakalaye Shilatam Ito nasimha parato nasimha ito simha parato nasimha yato yato yamito to nasimha Pahe nasimha radhaye nasimha Narasimha Bhaye Narasimha Radhaye Narasimha Narasimha Madhi Sharana Prapade Narasimha Madhi Sharana Prapade Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakha Adbhuta Singha Dalita Hiranyakashipu Utano Bhinga Keshavadita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Bhade Jai Jagadisha Hare Tavakara Kamal Pare Nakha Jai Narasimhadev Dalita Hidanya Utano Bhinga केशवदित नरारे रूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवदित नरारे रूप हरे जय नरसिंहदे जय नरसिंहदे नरसिंहदे जय नरसिंहदे जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज लक्ष्मण भगवान के जय प्रहलाद महाराज के निताय गौर प्रेम
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. So welcome everyone to ISKCON Baltimore on the most auspicious day of Panihati festival. Haribol. This happened 500 years back, and since then devotees all over the world have been remembering this wonderful festival. We have a very special scholarly devotee who will give us some glimpse in what this festival is all about. Then after that, around 5:45, 50, we'll open the curtains and we'll celebrate the festival. It's a very beautiful festival. It's also called Cheer Dahi Festival for that one. So thank you for coming. We'd like to thank you, the pujaris. The deities look so mesmerized, beautiful. Loud Haribol for them, please. Today Prashadam cooking is done by Jani Mata and our wonderful family and other devotees. So Haribol for them, please. We have one sponsor, Swapnil Prabhu and Gypsy Mataji has sponsored for their son, Amey Patel, for his first birthday. So please come, take blessings. And what do we say? Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you. Haribol. So today, as we discussed, is Panihati festival, and then Tuesday is Devasan Snan Yatra for Lord Jagannath in Jagannath Puri. And as always, as guided by His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, it's very auspicious to celebrate the day Snan Yatra is celebrated. So we'll have a special Snan Yatra ceremony here. Only difference is, we have already done Abhishek for everybody, but now it'll be Pujaris will be doing Abhishek. But please come and be part of the festivities. They'll be on this coming Tuesday itself for that one. And I think I'll request Premdam Prabhu to come an announcement, and then we'll dwell into the wonderful lecture.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Once more, I'll try once more, okay? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. That was better. So what I'm here for today is, before that, I'll give you an introduction. So today we're going to award some certificates to students, devotees who had enrolled in the Bhakti Shastri course. So now Bhakti Shastri is a systematic but joyful study of Srila Prabhupada's 4 books, Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Instruction, Ishopanishad, the Nectar of Devotion. Prabhupada instilled this course, a certification course, as early as 1969. He brought it so that devotees can systematically read his books and then move further in their bhakti process. So we have one batch that just completed that course, and we are enrolling for another batch, which is happening in about a week or a couple of weeks' time. So there's a flyer out there on the table. You can see that, and we've also posted in the community group that you can look at. So whether you have been chanting forever, or whether you're just beginning on the process, or whether you're looking to be certified, as I said, it's a certification course. Many many of the devotees or senior gurus and Maharaj, they expect disciples to complete this course before they can be considered for the second initiation. So whether you're just a beginner, you're just learning to chant, you know, or whether you are ready to get a second initiation, this course is for you. So yes, so with this, I would just request, I'll call out some names. Oh yes, Prabhuji can give. Thank you very much. This is such an auspicious occasion. So, yes. So, you want me to call the names? Yes, and then Prabhuji. Photos. Somebody wants to take photos, yes. Rukmini Priya Mataji, where is she? Where is Rukmini Priya? Oh, there she's coming. Is it Radharani Mataji here? Atma Nivedan Das. Let's keep coming so that we can wrap it up. So this one you can give him. Atma Nivedan Das. Next is Padma Kumari Devi Dasi. That Radharani. Padma Kumari. Sankirtan Yagya Prabhu. Well, this calls out. Sankirtan Yagya Prabhu, he's already an expert. He doesn't need a certification. But just he was there to motivate me the whole time, you know, that I'm not making any mistakes.
He made it happen. He finally crossed the thing.
Thank you, bro. Vamsi Gopal Prabhu. Vamsi Gopal Prabhu, please come in. Okay. Achyuta Radhe Mataji. Achyuta Radhe Mataji is here first. You can give her. Thank you. This is Vamsi Gopal Prabhu. Madhumati Mataji, is she here? She was not local, might not be here. Okay. Jayanti Gopi. You can keep it. And Jayanti Gopi Mataji, oh there she is. And Rasala Krishna Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Also like to thank you, Premdam Prabhu, for 3 years of regular service to make this happen. So now, without taking too much time, we have a very special guest who will be speaking about this wonderful katha on Panihati, none other than Hariparshad Prabhu. Haribo! We heard a nectarian katha about Smaranam, and Vijay Narsingh Prabhu is convinced of Smaranam now. So now we will go to the next phase, which is a very beautiful phase. But a quick introduction for those who are not there. Prabhuji is a disciple, His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj, and he joined ISKCON in 2002, almost 23 years back. He's a very pious origin. He was born in Gauda Saraswat family, and his parents and grandparents were all disciples of Rukmini Vittalji of Pandharpur. In 2007, he did multiple services, book distribution, everything. Seeing he's a Sanskrit scholar who has learned the Sanskrit from childhood. And he was appointed, he has many positions, like assistant director, Gopalji Publications. He's currently publishing a fortnight magazine called Shri Krishna Kathamrit Bindu, which is nectar of Lord Shri Krishna's droplets of nectars, where he contributes fresh articles, everything. He's very well educated, master degree in information technology, and he's been a member of Shastric Advisory Council since 2016. And Prabhuji is such a humble and wonderful devotee. Every year we come, and I think we all cherish his wonderful sense of humor, his wonderful knowledge, his wonderful guidance for all of us. So, Hariparshad Prabhu. Thank you, sir. Yes, devotees, please come forward. You will have a wonderful festival after this. The lecture, you'll understand what is this festival about. Then you will be seeing beautiful darshan of the whole festival. Haribo.
Okay. So what time do I have to stop? 40 minutes. 40 minutes, huh? So by 5:55, okay, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we won't have any questions for that.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So do we have Karta?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for being kindly present here today. And I'll begin with singing Jai Radha Madhav. Kindly sing after me. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhare Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhare Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachare Yamuna Tira Vanachare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jai Jagannatha, Jai Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki, Panihati Chidadadi Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Welcome, dear devotees. Thank you so much for kindly being present here today. I'm very thankful to each and every one of you for kindly being here today. I'm very grateful to all of you that you came here on this wonderful Sunday, and we are all here together for a very wonderful celebration which originally took place around 500 years ago in a place in the eastern part of India in Bengal called as Panihati. And this particular village of Panihati had a very wonderful festival. It is called Chida Dadhi Mahotsav. Chida refers to chipped rice, Dadhi refers to yogurt. But there was not only chipped rice and yogurt, there was also so many other things such as sugar, camphor, etc. that was added to the preparation. And a wonderful festival was celebrated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityanand Prabhu, and the very dear associate of Mahaprabhu, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, along with so many other wonderful devotees, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Dear devotees, amongst all the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami stand out extremely special. And Sri Raghunath Das Goswami especially stands out very special because he is sometimes referred to as Prayojana Acharya. Prayojana means the final goal, and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami showed us the final goal that has to be attained on the path of bhakti. And the final goal, dear devotees, is Shri Krishna Prem. And the Shri Krishna Prem, specifically in the service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna, was demonstrated to the highest limit by Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. He is also very famous, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, because amongst the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, he was perhaps the most renounced Goswami in his behavior. And this renunciation of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami was a natural outcome of his practice of Bhakti Yoga. And his renunciation is connected to this pastime of Panihati, Chida Dahi Mahotsav, because ever since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started propagating the Hare Krishna movement, since that point of time there were many individuals who wanted to join him and stay with him full time. And one of the individuals who wanted to join him was Sri Rupa Goswami. Sri Rupa Goswami could not easily join him because Sri Rupa Goswami was employed in government service. And government service in those days in India was one of the worst services you could have. Nowadays it is one of the best services you can have, but in those days government service was one of the worst services you could have, because we did not have democracy in India back then, we had monarchy. And if you stay under a monarch, so government service under a monarch is very difficult. It is called Raj Seva. Raj Seva means you have to serve the king and you cannot do anything independently without asking the king. And Sri Rupa Goswami was especially working under Nawab Hussain Shah, who was also a Mughal king, and therefore things were even more difficult for Sri Rupa Goswami at that point of time. Sri Rupa Goswami at one point of time was ordered by Nawab Hussain Shah that we have to make a plan to attack and conquer Jagannath Puri. Make a plan. Dear devotees, you can imagine yourself in the position of Sri Rupa Goswami. You are working under the king Raj Seva, and the king says we have to attack and conquer Jagannath Puri. Make a plan. Sri Rupa Goswami somehow delayed the plan and told the king, now is not a good time. Astrologically, it is not good. So let's delay it for some time. After some time, Sri Rupa Goswami decided to retire permanently from this government service and join Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As soon as Sri Rupa Goswami retired and left the kingdom, his brother Sri Sanatana Goswami also had a desire that I want to go and stay with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Sanatana Goswami, he was caught by the king because he took a sick leave by speaking a lie that I am sick. And when the king tried to find out, is he really sick? the king found Sanatan Goswami in his courtyard reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So at that point of time, the king imprisoned Sanatan Goswami, and Sanatan Goswami could escape the prison only after a lot of hardship. So Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami were very eager to join Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but there was also another devotee named Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, who was perhaps very young at that time, and he was married, and he was a landlord, zamindar. We know what is a zamindar. Zamindar is a landlord who owns large portions of land. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami owned large portions of land which he had inherited from his father and uncles. And being a zamindar, he was also from the Kayastha community. Now, Kayastha is a special community in India. They are engaging in all different varieties of trade, merchant, business, etc. Kayastha community, and they were belonging to the Kayastha community, and they were engaging in this zamindar business. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami was married. In those days, there was child marriage. So he was married at a very young age. At around the age of 9 or 10, he was married, and his wife was, according to his nature, very suitable wife. He had a wife who created no difficulties for him at home. But Sri Raghunath Das Goswami's mind was attached to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wanted to leave everything and spend his time with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he knew that the founder of the entire Hare Krishna movement is here, and he did not want to waste any time, dear devotees, in household life. He tried to run away from his home many times, but every time his uncles or his father would catch him and bring him back to his home. Many times he tried to run away, and one final day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to a nearby village where Sri Raghunath Das Goswami met him, and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami frankly told him, "I don't want to stay at home. I wish to run away. Wherever you are, I will stay with you." So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at that time gave a very sobering instruction to Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. He said, "Markat vairagya na kara loka dekhaiya, yatha yogya vishay bhunja anasakta hayya." Don't try to artificially become a renunciant. Like a monkey renunciant, he said. The meaning of a monkey renunciant is, even if a monkey wears the cloth of a sadhu, a monkey remains a monkey. I hope you are able to understand. So that is called Markat Vairagya. So even if a monkey wears the dress of a sadhu, he remains a monkey internally. So in Hindi we say, बंदर कितना भी अच्छा हो जाए पर गुलाटी मारना नहीं छोड़ता, ऐसा है, ठीक है? तो ऐसे, even if the monkey, you train him very nicely, at one point of time he will execute a flip, it is in his nature to flip around. So this is, so the Mahaprabhu said, you have to understand something, yatha yogya vishaya bhunja anasakta hayya, that at this point of time you are in the Grihastha ashram. Try to understand something about the Grihastha ashram. The Grihastha ashram is a place where you are allowed to have Vishaya Bhog according to Shastra. I hope you are able to understand. Vishaya Bhog, what is the meaning of Vishaya Bhog, dear devotees? Sense enjoyment. So sense enjoyment is allowed in the Grihastha ashram, but according to the regulations given in Shastra. And then there are some who artificially want to run away from this, all of this, so that they can become a great renounced person. And why do you want to become a great renounced person? Why do you want to give up your, sense gratification that is available in the Grihastha ashram? Well, the reason is given by Sri Rupa Goswami, Mumukshubhir Parityago. The people who want to escape this miserable world as fast as possible and get liberated. Quickly I want to get liberated. As soon as possible I want to get liberated. And the greater I stay, the more I stay within household life, the more I remain engaged in these material enjoyments, the further away I am from liberation from this miserable world. So there is one category of people who are very dedicated to material enjoyment. They also cannot attain perfection. On the other side, there are people who quickly want to get liberated at the cost of anything. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this also does not work. It has to be organic, natural, innate detachment rather than, artificial detachment. I'll give you a small analogy, dear devotees. This is summer season, and in summer season, dear devotees, mangoes are very prominent in India, especially also here in summer season you have mangoes. If you have an unripe mango, there are two ways of ripening the mango. One is you pluck the mango and beat it with a stick. And second is you let it stay on the tree. Dear devotees, which method is preferred? All right. So it is very important for a mango to ripen. It should stay connected to the tree. So similarly, when we have come in this world, from previous infinite lives, we have had some material desires. And these material desires are carrying on in this life in the form of samskars. And these samskars cannot be easily wiped out just by pretending that they are not present. And this pretense is called as mithyachar in Bhagavad Gita. Karmendriyani samyamya ya aste manasa smaran. So, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, mithyachara sa uchyate. A person who externally suppresses his senses, but internally he cannot suppress his mind, he or she cannot suppress his mind and is meditating on sense gratification. Such a person is called mithyachar. For example, yesterday was Nirjala Ekadashi. Day before yesterday was Nirjala Ekadashi. Nirjala Ekadashi is a day when you avoid even water. But there are some individuals who spend Nirjala Ekadashi meditating on what they will eat on Dwadashi. Some people visit the superstore on Nirjala Ekadashi because tomorrow we have to prepare something, isn't it? So I will bring something from the superstore today. So at least 2 or 3 hours I will look at the various things in the superstore. Mentally I will eat. And then on Dwadashi I will actually eat, dear devotees. So this is called mithyachar. Mithyachar means they are just preventing their external senses from enjoyment, but in their mind is full of that tendency for enjoyment. Now this tendency for enjoyment does not go away just by pretending that you are a renunciant. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't try to be such a false renunciant because it is not at all recommended. Dear devotees, pushpani cha phalani cha swam kalam nati vartante. Even fruits, flowers grow at their proper seasonal time. There is a proper time for entering into Grihastha ashram. There is a proper time for leaving Grihastha ashram. Dear devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, for the time being, you should stay within the Grihastha ashram, but whatever material enjoyment comes to you, you should remain unattached to it. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is a very nice verse in the 4th chapter of the Gita. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavir, Brahmagnau, Brahmana Hutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavir, Brahmagnau, Brahmana Hutam. Dear devotees, Sri Krishna explains many types of yagyas that many people in the society can perform. The householder, Grihastha, can also perform one yagya. And in this yagya, Sri Krishna says that the householder takes all the sense objects as the offering, ahuti, and he puts it in the fire of sense gratification that is allowed in Shastra. So all the sense objects he takes and offers it to the senses. But while he offers it to the senses, he remembers that I am not the enjoyer and I do not have to become attached to this. Shri Krishna is my ultimate master, I offer everything to Bhagwan. This is the yajna a grihastha performs. It is mentioned in the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So dear devotees, he told Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, please don't be a false renunciate. Time will come when you will be naturally detached from material life. At that time, I will personally make arrangement for you to join me and stay with me. And then Sri Raghunath Das Goswami asked him, how will I know when the time is? And how will I know when I should escape? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when Bhagwan makes an arrangement, he makes sure you will know it. Have faith. When Bhagwan makes the arrangement, you will know within your heart. And therefore, he pacified Sri Raghunath Das Goswami and told him, when you go back home, you should live life externally like an ordinary householder. Nobody should come to know that internally you are such a detached devotee of Shri Krishna. Keep all your attachment within your heart. Don't make an external show of it. So Sri Raghunath Das Goswami went home, and from that day he became like a very attached householder. And people started saying, wow, wonderful, after meeting Mahaprabhu, he seems to have come back to his senses, He wanted to join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu seems to have filled some wisdom in him, that he has returned back to Grihasthashram. And he stayed in the Grihasthashram like this for 1 year and 2 years. And after 2 years, in the nearby village of Panihati, he heard that Sri Nityanand Prabhu had arrived. So when he heard that Sri Nityanand Prabhu had arrived in the village of Panihati, he went to see Nityanand Prabhu in that village of Panihati. And in that village, when he saw Sri Nityanand Prabhu was sitting in a very royal way, along with many learned scholars, pandits and brahmanas and associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, from a distance, he paid pranams to Nityanand Prabhu. He could not approach Nityanand Prabhu very closely. So Sri Nityanand Prabhu said, Chor, he said directly, Chor, you thief, you are a big thief actually. So Sri Nityanand Prabhu reminded him that you were actually like a thief. You were thinking that I will quickly steal renunciation, become renunciant, and I will leave my home. You are chor actually, you are a thief. And then Sri Nityanand Prabhu said, because you are a chor, today I caught you, I will give you danda. Danda means I will give you some fine. I will impose a fine upon you. And the fine you have to pay is you have to organize a big festival. Because I have heard your reputation, you are a thief who wants to run away from his home. Isn't it? People catch you. You run away from your home and people catch you again. You run away from your home and people catch you again. This is common. This is also done with a thief, dear devotees. I hope you are able to understand. Nityananda Prabhu called him chor. Today, I will make sure that you pay the price. And the price to be paid is you organize a big festival, Chida Dahi Mahotsav, and you feed all the Vaishnavas and Brahmanas and the devotees of Bhagavan very nicely. And then Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, already he was in which profession, dear devotees? Zamindar. Zamindar can easily afford Chida Dahi Mahotsav, dear devotees. So, he was so happy, he immediately organized for this wonderful festival. So there was chipped rice, chida, dahi, sweet yogurt, then there was camphor, then so many other mixed spices were there. They made a very nice preparation called chida dahi, and he distributed. And when people heard about this festival, many more people got added. Many more people wanted to have. So Sri Nityananda Prabhu ordered him, quickly make as many people are coming, those many people should be able to have chida dahi. And then Sri Raghunath Das Goswami prepared chida dahi for all of them. And after preparing chida dahi for all of them, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami ensured that they would be distributed everywhere. So much chida dahi was prepared that people were standing in lines and everybody got it, and some people even entered into the river and were standing in the river in the queues. The queue was so long, dear devotees, land was not sufficient. They entered into the river and they were waiting for their turn to have chida dahi. And then wonderful festival was organized. There's a hidden meaning behind the entire festival. By the mercy of Sri Nityanand Prabhu, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami finally got the desired qualification that he was looking for, and that was his natural renunciation that he wanted. And dear devotees, Hare Krishna Maharaj, welcome. Shri Anant Krishna Maharaj, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So, by the mercy of Sri Nityanand Prabhu is considered as the original Guru. By the mercy of Sri Nityanand Prabhu, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami got that requisite qualification, and gradually a day came when he was able to finally leave home and go to Jagannath Puri. And when he went to Jagannath Puri, dear devotees, he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now gave him an opposite instruction. When he was in Grihastha Ashram, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the instruction, Markat Vairagya na karo loka dekhaiya, yatha yogya vishay bhunja anasakta hayya. Markat Vairagya na karo, don't be a monkey, renunciate. Loka dekhaiya, to show that I am a big person in the society. Yatha yogya vishay bhunja, for the time being enjoy the material world in a befitting way according to Shastric injunctions. Anasakta hoya, don't become attached to that material enjoyment. This is instruction for a householder. Now Sri Raghunath Das Goswami has become naturally detached after receiving the mercy of whom, dear devotees? Nityanand Prabhu. And now Sri Raghunath Das Goswami meets Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives him the instruction, Bhala na khaibe or bhala na paribe. Don't eat nicely, don't wear nice clothes. Often we swap the instructions. I hope you're able to know. A householder is given instructions, Bhala na khaibe or bhala na paribe. So dear devotees, for a householder, the instructions are, Markat Vairagya na karo loka dekhaiya, yatha yogya vishaya bhunja anasakta hayya. For a renunciant, the instruction is, Bhala na khaibe or bhala na paribe. Alright, often we swap those instructions. The instructions of a householder are given to a renunciate and vice versa, dear devotees. It's very important to remember the context of a particular instruction that is given. So, in this way, when Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, with his natural, innate, organic detachment, he came to Jagannath Puri, he was still staying near Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he used for his prasad every day, for his eating arrangements, he used to go to the Jagannath Puri temple, and then he used to purchase prasad. You can purchase prasad in Anand Bazar in Jagannath Puri temple, and he used to purchase prasad and eat. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't say anything to him, never said anything to him, any negative thing to him. Gradually, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami realized, am I really a renunciant if I am paying for prasad? Dear devotees, please tell me, should a renunciant pay and eat, or should a renunciant beg and eat? What should a renunciate do? Beg and eat. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami realized, even though I am a renunciate, I am still living life more or less like a householder, because I am still deriving money from my home. The uncles were still sending some money from time to time. Wherever you are, stay happy. You know, Indian family, huh? Wherever you are, stay happily. So that is, so it's still sending money. So Sri Raghunath Das Goswami stopped buying prasad, started begging for prasad. If you beg for prasad, you will not get sumptuous quantity. All right? So lesser quantity. And begging is not easy, dear devotees. Begging is not easy. Often sometimes we insult beggars. Begging is not easy. Sometimes we should do one thing. We should go in front of another person and we should try to beg, put our hands like this. We will come to know what it is to beg. In Sanskrit, there are two terms, Uttamarana, Adhamarana. Uttamarana and Adhamarana means, in a transaction, there is a person who has his hand above, is called Uttamarana. And in a transaction, a person who has his hands below is called Adhamarana. Dear devotees, most people like to be proud by being like this. I hope you are able to understand. Very few people like to be Adhamarana, like this. And Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, from this position, he came to this position, dear devotees. It's a very difficult transition. It's a very difficult transition in the lives of people. Many of us can't imagine to have this sort of a transition. And then, from In this way, he used to beg to other people, can you please give me some Jagannath Prasad? And then he would get whatever he would get, he would eat. From that, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, after a few days, started thinking, naturally, nobody told him, begging has also become like a profession for me, isn't it? So I should stop begging. Instead, whatever is discarded near the trash can, I will eat from the trash can in Jagannath Puri. So Sri Raghunath Das Goswami started eating from the trash can where the prasadam was discarded. And dear devotees, after a few days, his mind was still not happy with that level. And then Sri Raghunath Das Goswami would eat that which even the animals would refuse, dear devotees. That was his level of renunciation. It happened very naturally, organically, in due course of time, without any external pressure from anybody. This is the natural, innate, organic renunciation of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, which came as a byproduct of his bhakti. Many individuals think that renunciation comes first, bhakti comes later. That without renunciation you cannot have bhakti. The actual fact is bhakti comes first, renunciation is a natural side effect of performing bhakti. The Srimad Bhagavatam declares this, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yogaha Prayojitaha Janayatyashu Vairagyam Jnanam Cha Yad Ahaitukam. Vasudeve Bhagavati, in Bhagavan Vasudev, Bhakti Yogaha Prayojitaha. If you simply execute Bhakti Yoga, Janayati Ashu Vairagyam, very quickly you will develop Vairagya. And what sort of Vairagya? Ahaitukam, causeless Vairagya, causeless renunciation. Other renunciation is causeful, it has a cause. I want to be detached, so I am cultivating Vairagya. Here, renunciation comes causelessly as a side effect of executing bhakti, dear devotees. It's very important to have this causeless, natural, innate, organic detachment by following bhakti yoga. Because there are many people who follow principles not of bhakti yoga but ashtanga yoga and artificially introduce renunciation in their lives. For example, somebody thinks I cannot control my senses. So from today onwards, I will do something. I will sleep only on the floor and eat once a day. I hope you are able to understand. So this principle is from Bhakti Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, dear devotees. Ashtanga Yoga. Eating once a day, sleeping on the floor. And then, dear devotees, because this principle is not rooted in Bhakti, therefore gradually this principle will not be sustainable. This person will not be able to follow this principle for long. The best example of this is in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Saubhari Muni. Saubhari Muni was doing that Ashtanga Yoga which most of us cannot even imagine. He was practicing underwater, but even underwater, because of not having attraction for Bhakti Yoga, devotional service, Saubhari Muni could not sustain his Vairagya. So the life of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami is a very wonderful example as to how sustainable Vairagya, detachment, is attained through the practice of genuine Bhakti Yoga. So sustainable detachment, permanent detachment is only possible by executing Bhakti Yoga with a proper attitude. We are not looking for renunciation first, we are looking for Krishna Prema first, dear devotees. Attachment to Bhagavan comes first. Detachment from matter is a natural side effect of attachment to Bhagavan. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada used to say, Anartha Nivritti is negatives are removed. Anartha Nivritti happens automatically when you perform Artha Pravritti, when you develop the positives. The more you are attached to Sri Krishna, the more you will find yourself detached from the material world. But that has to be genuine attachment to Sri Krishna. Because many people try to fake that attachment. Only in contact with a genuine devotee who is already attached to Sri Krishna will we find that attachment to Sri Krishna within our hearts, And therefore, dear devotees, it is very important to come in contact with that devotee, Mahabhagavat, Uttam Adhikari, who is already attached to Bhagavan. In the association of such an Uttam Adhikari, Mahabhagavat Vaishnav, it becomes so easy for us to get attached to Bhagavan. And then it becomes so easy for us to get detached from this world. I often give an example, dear devotees. Let's say there is a particular person who wants to build a computer. And now building a computer is not an easy thing if you don't know what a computer is. And you give him all the resources for building a computer. Dear devotees, if a person has not studied computers, will he be able to easily make a computer by himself? No. But if such a person is guided by a professor emeritus of computer engineering from the University of Maryland, will he be able to make a computer? Yeah. How much time will it take for him to make a computer? Maybe a few minutes or maybe a few hours. And if he tries to make it by himself, how much time will it take him, dear devotees? Forever. And even then he may make thousands of mistakes. Dear devotees, the most important factor in advancement is proper association of sadhus. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami also got proper association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could have told him, leave right now. But would that have been organic or inorganic? Inorganic, because he was in his Grihastha ashram and Mahaprabhu wanted him to wait for some time. And similarly, proper association of a proper sadhu is needed at that time when we really need that advice, that guidance. When it comes at that proper time, finally good fortune arises within our lives. And when good fortune arises in our lives, then we will finally find Bhakti Yoga. And Bhakti Yoga is the joyous process of getting attached to Sri Krishna. And by that, the force of that attachment to Sri Krishna, we find natural detachment. Forget about Bhakti Yoga. Even in the material world, when people become attached to material relationships, they become detached from everything else. I'll give you a simple example. A person who has never become a father or a lady who has never become a mother, usually they are busy enjoying their lives. As soon as the lady goes through childbirth, gives birth to a child, and the man becomes a father, the devotees will find they are so attached to the child, sometimes the father forgets to eat. Sometimes the father forgets to do some important things because they are so busy maintaining the child. Imagine this is the byproduct of attachment to a child. Can you imagine what will be the byproduct of attachment to Sri Krishna? Will detachment come artificially or naturally? Please tell me. Naturally. Even in material relationships, deep attachment leads to material detachment. What to speak of deep attachment to Sri Krishna? It will lead to natural detachment from material life. This is the clear message from the life of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. And for indicating to Sri Raghunath Das Goswami that you are a chore, you artificially wanted to run away from home, although you did not want to wait out to develop the necessary qualification. Sri Nityanand Prabhu lovingly chastised him and also allowed him to develop the inherent qualification for natural renunciation. By the mercy of Sri Nityanand Prabhu, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami became the most renounced Gaudiya Vaishnava in history. The most renounced Gaudiya Vaishnava ever in history. Did it happen gradually or did it happen in a single instance? How did it happen, dear devotees? Gradually. So gradual, sustainable, natural, organic detachment from material life on the strength of Bhakti Yoga is the message that we can get from this Chidadahi Mahotsav. Dear devotees, today is Chidadahi Mahotsav, all right? And is there some feast or something? Yeah, we'll open up the curtain and then there will be offering of Chidadahi. And is it for everybody? Yes. So it is for everybody, dear devotees, all right? Huh? Okay, okay. So while you are accepting Chidadahi, please make sure the most important thing, please make sure you meditate on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityanand Prabhu, and pray to them that Bhagavan, please let me have natural, innate detachment from the world on the strength of your Bhakti Yoga, on the strength of your prema. Let prema come first and let detachment come as a side effect. Not that detachment comes first and prema will come afterwards. We don't want that detachment which comes without Krishna prema. We have absolutely no need of that. Sri Rupa Goswami calls it Phalgu Vairagya. We want Yukta Vairagya, detachment that is equipped with Sri Krishna Prem. So let Sri Krishna Prem come first and let it naturally give detachment as a side effect. And that is the sweet loving detachment from material world that we are all expecting. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We will have no questions now because we're running behind time itself. So thank you, Prabhuji. I think such a nutshell. This can go on Katha, but such a nutshell and such nice realizations. I've read this Katha so many times, but your deep realizations really made it so much worthwhile to understand. So really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So now we'll ask devotee to stand up, and then we're gonna open the curtain. We're gonna sing do some kirtan. Please don't crowd the area. Everybody has a habit of taking the cell phone, starting pictures. Do it afterward. Let everybody have darshans. So this way, they can really enjoy it. So, Hare Krishna. Will be Aarti? Okay, Aarti. Okay.
बोलो सचिनंदन गौर हरि की, अवधूत निताय चांद की, रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी की, बोल निताय निताय गौर प्रमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद। भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद। जय गौर भक्त वृंद, जय गौर, जय गौर भक्त वृंद, जय गौर। बोलो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद। हे जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। निताय गौरांग निताय गौरांग, अमर निताय गौरांग निताय गौरांग। जय निताय 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 गौरांग, jai nitai 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 gauranga. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hariharaya Nama, Krishna Jadavaya Nama, Haraya Nama, Hariharaya Nama, Krishna Jadavaya Nama, Hariharaya Nama, Krishna Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha, Jadavaya Hey Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama, Jadavaya Hey Gopal Govinda Ram, Shri Madhusudan, Gopal Govinda Ram, Shri Madhusudan, Tai Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Hey Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Hey Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Shri Chaitanya Hey Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Hari Guru Vaishnava Hey Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad Gita. Hey Jai Rupa Sanatana Bhattir Rakuna, Jai Rupa Sanatana Bhattir Raguna, Jai Rupa Sanatana O Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath. O Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath. Hey Das Raghunath, Jai Das Raghunath. Hey Das Raghunath, Jai Das Raghunath. Hey Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath. Hey Chai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan, Hey Chai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan. Hey Jaha Hoite Bignanash Abhishtha Pura. Hey Chai Gosai Jar Mui Tar Das. Hey Tashavar Padarenu Mora Panchagras. Hey Tadera Charan Shevir Bhakta Shanivas, Tadera Charan. Hey Janame Janame Hoy, Hey Abhilash, Janame Janame. Hey Janame Janame Hoy, Abhilash. Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hey Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. এই ছায় গোসায় যাবে ব্রজে কৈলাবাস, এই ছায় গোসায় যাবে ব্রজে কৈলা। শ্রী রাধা কৃষ্ণ নিত্য লীলা করিলা প্রকাশ। बोलो आनंदे बोलो हरि भजो वृंदावन आल। हे आनंदे बोलो हरि भजो वृंदावन। हे वृंदावन वृंदावन जय वृंदावन वृंदावन। हे आनंदे बोलो हरि भजो वृंदावन। हे श्री गुरु वैष्णव पदे मजैया मान। हे श्री गुरु वैष्णव बाद न कोरियास। हरि नाम संकीर्तन गाय नरोत्तम दास। Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Dayal Nitai Dayal Gaur Dayal Nitai Dayal Gaur. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Bol Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Bol Nityananda Ram ki Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Raghunath Das Goswami ki Panihati Mahotsav ki समगत भक्त वृंद की बोलो निताय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.
Hare Krishna. So we want devotees to come, make a line, we give prasadam and then go down and have made prasadam. The dessert will go downstairs, okay?
Hare Krishna. Devotees can make a line to get prasadam and then go downstairs to take the rest of prasadam. Hare Krishna.